What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing today? I got a jam-packed show for you guys, but before we do, got to introduce the panel. We got Real Chris, Scott, Oliver, Twist, as we all remember him by, and the Bridge Nation doing the nation's best, and myself, Marshall DBDX, here to host and give you as much news as possible in a nice 3-hour live podcast format. So before we get the show rolling, ladies and gents, be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Join the community that is ever growing here at Casually FC. Be sure to check out the links in the description, especially for the Discord, because this show, which I revealed yesterday, is partially community made. So you can kind of gear the trajectory of the show a little bit by suggesting some of the things you want us to talk about over on the Discord, as well as putting in your clips and receipts down there as well, and all other things, including watch-alongs and engaging with our awesome community over on Discord, as well as memberships, guys. Check out the memberships. We have 4 different tiers starting at 99p, and all that helps the channel and the community out tremendously. So before we actually get into the meat and potatoes of like news, because we're gonna get into news, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of news to get into. We got to start off with this little piece that sparked a debate a while ago between me, Prime, and Ahmed. And I think when one legend calls another person a legend, I think you gotta like, you know, take that into heavy consideration. John Terry on Instagram. Thiago Silva, a legend. The Bridge Nation argued this man is not a legend. Thiago Silva is a legend at Chelsea Football Club. John Terry himself calling him a legend.
All right,
Ahmed, you got to speak for your sins now.
All right, man. There's nothing to speak about, man. You know, listen. You know what they say about John Terry. You know what, man. Captain, lead a legend, and then
Frank, call him up. Get Frank to do this.
As they say, man, COLR. You know what I mean? Captain, lead a legend. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? We'll stop that. There we go. Thank you.
Listen, this is just a little banter I wanted to get in there.
What can I say, Exile? What can I say, Exile, man? This is why I have to be on this show. I have to bring them what it means to be. I'm a proper Chelsea. I have to bring them what it means to be Chelsea, man. You know what I mean?
Wait, didn't you say Ramirez is a legend anyway? Or
he's a legend. He's a legend.
To be fair, Ramirez spent a lot longer at Chelsea.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, Thiago came to this club and helped us win.
Ramirez has done more for this club than Thiago Silva. Have shame, please.
He's not wrong. I mean, Ramirez also won the Champions League.
Yeah, he did, and he's a big part of the reason. Yeah, he was.
They both have.
Yeah, they both have a bunch, but he's won the Premier League too. So you could, Thiago Silva, mate, you know, put the bag in the fries, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, if Thiago was in that team as well back then,
we would have won multiple Champions League. John Terry wouldn't have slipped. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Log off, mate. Log off.
I got you, man. All right, let's get into the actual news. No more banter. First story that we got for you guys before we get into like real serious stuff, which we're gonna get into very soon into the show. All right, we have update on the stadium. So apparently, not really an update, actually, an update about the update. Around Easter of 2025, we should have a better idea of what is going to happen next in teams of the stadium, in terms of the stadium. So typo right there. After that, there will be a 9 to 12 months of consolation at earliest for completion of anything. We're looking at 2031, 2032, at the latest 2034 to 2035. Guys, we ain't getting a stadium anytime soon, bro. I
told you it's already, Marshall.
Yeah, I mean, you did say this does take a very long time, but like you would think by now some type of update, some type of like we agreed on something, we found out what we're gonna do. We don't know if we're getting a new stadium or we're upgrading on Stamford Bridge. Like it's just. Yeah.
Bro, they haven't even done probably the planning. No thought's been done into it.
I thought they started the planning and then they sacked the person that was doing the planning.
I don't know. I can't remember. You probably would remember than me, but like obviously the plan has not started. Nothing started. There's not been any precursory ideas. Nothing's been spoken to about the to the pitch owners either. So until we start seeing stuff like that and gears like this starting to move, bro. Listen, before we even get to the building, which is going to be even on the longest stretch, mate, you're going to be in hell.
Are any of you guys like frustrated with how long this has taken to at least get the ball rolling?
No, not really, because I expected this to happen.
Okay, so this is kind of just falling upon the expectations for everyone.
But you need to realize
more or less.
Listen, there's like very few plots of land that are as expensive as Stamford Bridge right now. That's all that's just to put it.
I mean, you could also say there's very few plots of land even available in London, to be fair.
Listen, man, there's always land available, man. You know, they're destroying, like,
Wait,
you know.
okay.
Listen, listen. Listen, obviously, Marshall doesn't live in London, yeah. So, like, listen, bro.
No, I don't. But like,
listen, they don't care, bro. They'll just, is that an abandoned building? Let's destroy it.
But
man.
are there even abandoned buildings in London? I don't know. I feel like it's very densely populated.
Listen, there's always space in London. Listen, I'm telling you, yeah. 10 years ago, there was a lot of abandoned buildings, yeah. Well, no, sorry. In 2010,
that's 10 years ago.
In 2010, for example,
we didn't even have AI back
there
then.
were multiple abandoned buildings in and around Fulham and Chelsea, bro, and where I live, yeah, in Battersea. Now, they're all houses, bro, and that's all I have to say.
So what you're saying is we got to start,
they got
knocking down
super
the
gentrified,
population
man.
a bit.
We got super gentrified, bro.
Oh,
We got super gentrified. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. Okay, just making sure. All right, let's go to the next story that I have for you guys. We're gonna run through as much as this so we can get straight to the big kahuna of news. So let's talk about a little bit of an update on the B-Sample. This happened 2 weeks ago. I thought we were gonna get something on the B-Sample within 72 hours, and no, it's taken forever. So Simon Phillips here reporting, Chelsea continued to support Mikhailo Mudryk, but a lengthy suspension may force them to consider a new left-sided wide player in 2025. Dortmund's Jamie Gittens, which we will talk about in this show, and Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams, also will talk about in the show, in the same segment actually, are both being tracked. We continue on here. Mudryk's B-Sample is expected back this month. So 3 weeks, give or take, that we will actually get this sample back. Do any of you guys think that we already know the result and we're just trying to formulate the right media?
I'll be honest.
Getting banned.
With the recent news, and like the recent news about Kvaratskhelia and some other stuff, I genuinely am starting to think they already know what the answer is, bro. Like, remember, they would listen. They've known already for a while about the A sample. It took us like a month and a half to find out about the A sample, by the way. Remember, because they got the result on paper. So it's gonna be a long while before we start getting out stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, any of you guys surprised? Really, any of you guys like just want the? I mean,
I'm surprised the B sample hasn't happened sooner though, because like I as a boxing fan, the B sample usually happens, like, if I'm not mistaken, within like the 2 to 3 week period. So, and he got his notice in end of October or like early November. So I thought by December we'd have known.
Yeah. God damn. No remorse. No remorse.
Yeah, you can release him, by the way, Alexis. You can actually release him, by the way. It'll be like he's failed from his side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, because I think it would probably be a breach of the contract.
But
right?
we still paid the money what we paid for Mudryk, though.
No, you wouldn't actually have to. You wouldn't actually have to.
What, we'd have to like keep paying the 10
Remember, we
million
amortized it, didn't
No,
we?
we wouldn't pay him. It's a breach of contract.
It's a breach of contract.
So wait, but no, the other club who we bought him off say like they don't get any more money.
Shakhtar.
Yeah, they don't get no more money.
Oh, you're talking about the add-ons, right?
Yeah, like no, not the add-ons. I'm talking about.
I mean, the add-ons wouldn't.
We're paying them 10 million per year anyway, so does that?
No, we'd still pay Shakhtar because they're irrelevant in the drug thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
so yeah. Go ahead.
I actually don't know how it works because I know obviously we're trying to sue them.
We're trying to sue the Ukrainian Federation, I think they said.
Yeah, or Shakhtar as well, I think, or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know how it would work. Who would pay what?
God damn, Alex.
1 sec.
I think it's we're not suing Shakhtar. We're suing the FA in Ukraine because like it was under their watch with the international duty.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember seeing anything about Shakhtar, but I may be wrong.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, okay, the add-ons definitely don't get paid. I'm pretty sure we were amortizing that big deal, right? So
And that was a big 8-year amortization.
Yeah. Does that mean if the contract gets breached, pretty much, that to me spells that the contract gets pretty much ripped up? I think it's going to have to go to legal matters because Shakhtar are going to want their money for the player they give up, and Chelsea obviously don't want to pay the remainder of the contract because it's been breached. and they don't have a player.
This isn't paying the contract though. If the contract's breached, we just stop paying the wages to the player. But I think the transaction between the clubs still is ongoing.
I always thought the contract fee included the salary as well.
No.
Damn, these players are expensive, bro. That's crazy. I just had a mind-blowing moment. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what develops from this. I'm pretty sure it would be a huge plot twist if that B-Sample actually came back negative. Huge plot twist. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come back positive, but even regardless of it coming back negative, Mudryk still can potentially serve a ban regardless. Which it's just the way.
He will.
Go ahead, Scott.
He will serve a ban. Like, he is getting banned. It might not be for the very long. Like, it might be a Pogba situation, but he is getting banned. That's his guarantee.
Yeah.
I think we need to also.
100%.
I'm surprised they haven't mentioned like the level of like the amount they found inside his obviously the test inside his urine, because usually in boxing they kind of give you like how much is in there.
You know the whole freaking John Jones case.
Yeah. So like they usually tell you how much is actually inside,
micro
something.
Yeah,
it'd be like one something is inside of it, or like that, right? So the fact they didn't mention that, obviously, I think it might be like we don't usually get like drug tests that fail in football, so that might just be it. So we'll see. But I think for me, the way that Mudryk's moving and the way the club is moving, it's clear to me. Mikhailo Mudryk, bro, your final game against Heidenheim will be one to remember. Thank you very much. There we go.
All right, let's continue on then with the show. Professional Fortnite player. There you go. Let's continue on to the first big story that happened today. Not related to Chelsea, but actually related to Chelsea. Because actually, hold on. This is first, actually. Reece James has now returned to training.
Point every week, Marshall, bro. Respectfully.
I
don't want to dunk you, Marshall, because you're my guy. But like every week,
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but because he technically is like one of our best players, I guess it kind of is a talking point. I mean, I go through the injuries thing every time, but this is something that we're keeping a big eye on Reece, because this is our highest paid player, and also at one point our best player, and if he were to stay fit, could potentially still be our best player this season. But I mean, that's just if, ands, or maybes. But yeah, that's kind of why I put some importance on this one. So Enzo Maresca on Reece James' return. Reece is ready. This is why he is with us, but he needs to be brought back into this side gradually. There is no rush to get him back on the pitch. We are going to take our time and help him with the best we can. So this did happen, obviously 2 weeks ago, or not even a week and a half ago. And yeah, he's back in training. We have not seen him. He's been on the bench twice in these last 2 games, not been brought in for any minutes. But this is the part where I kind of interrogate Chris, man. What are your thoughts on this? We'll bring you up here, Chris.
Sorry, I literally just got back.
Your boy Reece James, that's all you need to know.
You're number 1 fan, man. Reece is number 1 fan. Go ahead, bro.
Well,
Reece is number 1 fan, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
he's training again.
Yeah, we know he's training. He's in the bench, just sitting there watching Chelsea lose week by week. But yeah, like I think he's gonna definitely get some minutes. We play Saturday, right, in the FA Cup. He's not starting that game. I don't know if anyone actually thinks he's gonna start, but he's not gonna start that game. I think he's gonna get like last 30 minutes or so. But yeah, I think we should just ease him in. Hopefully, all I can do is hope is he don't pull no hamstrings for at least like a few months anyway, because I always expect Reece is going to pick up injuries here and there. I don't expect Reece to go injury-free ever again, but it's depending how we use him, and we should just like try to ease him in, not force him to play 90 minutes, like, 3 games straight, because that might be a risk for Reece to do. But yeah, it's great to see. Always hoping for Reece, like to stay fit and recovered, and because he's had it really tough in the last 2 years. He's barely played. Like last season, played 10 games. The season before that, I think it's 16 or something. This season, he's played 4, I think, appearances in the Premier League. But yeah, it's not going the greatest. But honestly, I can just hope for the best at that point.
Yeah, I mean, any
He's
other thoughts?
by the way, he's playing against Morecambe, by the way, on Saturday.
You think he starts? Or you think he comes off the bench?
He started.
You think he starts?
Think so?
Yeah, man.
I mean, he started against Liverpool, so
The thing is, like,
I think that's where he came on. Oh no, he stopped after.
He needs to get minutes, by the way, guys. Like, obviously, he's got to
Obviously,
know.
yeah,
He's got to know. Even Lavia, I could see maybe getting a
Lavia
little
too,
cheeky, good cheeky half time.
Lavia's been training just as long as him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just tired, boss. You know what I mean? I'm just tired, boss. You know what I mean?
Why are you tired? You're not the one to get injured.
Well, like, listen.
No.
Whoa! What does that
What do you mean?
Bro? What does
do-
that mean?
Well, you say you're tired. You're tired. Like, you're not the one who's getting injured.
Bro, I'm tired as a fan because, like,
How can you be tired as a fan?
Yeah, I can be tired because
Shouldn't I be tired?
Ahmed's doing Ahmed's doing Reese's laps for him, bro.
I'm tired, bro. You know what I mean? You've got me out here doing the work, bro. Every week. No, but on a serious note, the reason why I'm genuinely tired is that's like, you know, I feel like I'm going through like an abusive cycle, bro. You know what I mean? This is like when I was with my abusive ex, bro. The same cycle is happening again and again and again, bro. You know what I mean? This is what it feels like to you. I'm
sorry. But no, like I get it. Like you're not the only one, and there's.
So you're saying Reece James' hamstring is his abusive ex or girlfriend?
Might as well be.
How can it be weird of getting tired of another? Bro, eventually, yes, you are gonna get tired because I need this guy to get started for me. What do you want me to do?
He does start. He has a vacation afterwards.
No, but I get it though, because there's a portion of the fan base, some of them in my chat, some of them on this panel that have already kind of checked out on Reece and are not relying on him for anything. So for them, and Ahmed's probably one of them, for them, news that Reece is back doesn't faze them at all. It doesn't really faze me either, because I don't expect him to be fit for any time that's considerable to actually make an impact for the team, right? So this is like neither here nor there for people. But there's some fans that still have hope, still holding on to, if he can stay fit for the rest of the team, he's such a valuable asset to the team, and he can really, really, really be good for Maresca's system. That is something that's still yet to be seen. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. I don't have my hopes up, but at the same time, hey, we'll see. I think when he does play, he has good performances. And we could use a good performance here and there. We have some games coming up that are important games that if he plays in and does a job, then we'll be better off with him. So time will tell. We'll come back to this. But anyways, let's continue on into the first big story we got, which is unexpected, but we knew it was going to happen at some point. Graham Potter is back in the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here we have what initially started as rumors, Everton or West Ham. He was up for contention for the Everton job or the West Ham job. We heard links for him to go to United. We heard links for him to go to... was Napoli one of the teams he was linked with? I think Ajax. So, right? Ajax. There was a few teams out there. So we continue on. And by the way, if you don't know already, it was today, right, Ahmed? And guys, Sean Dyche got sacked.
Yep.
Disgraceful decision, by the way.
Yeah, that's a weird one for me.
Big up Everton. Deserved.
I hope they go down.
My days.
I hope Everton go down, by the way.
They're going down anyway. They stink.
Fucking criminal behavior, bro.
Yeah, but they have the most clean sheets in the league.
Yeah,
right?
but their attack stinks. They have the second.
I know their attack stinks, but
I don't know how you blame my guy like this, bro.
I think with him, I mean, obviously the football. Okay, honestly, to be fair, Scott's actually right. Because the standard that's actually Everton should not be a relegation side. Everton, at one point, Everton was a top 8 side. A big 6 side, you would even say, not too long ago. The decline of Everton Football Club is actually insane to see, and I'm sure a documentary of that is due if they do get relegated, which I think is going to happen now that Sean Dyche got sacked. But we'll continue on. Let's talk about Potter. So West Ham and Graham Potter's camp are discussing details of the contract in order to proceed with the agreement. And mind you, this is all happening while Lopetegui is at the job, so that's actually fucking so disrespectful to Lopetegui. But to be honest, Lopetegui was the first person I thought was going to get sacked this season, and he survived this long is a miracle. All parties optimistic after spending last 2 days in talks, still waiting on final key points to get it sealed. Chelsea recruitment analyst Kyle Macaulay could be reunited with Graham Potter at West Ham. He came to Chelsea with Potter in 2022 from Brighton, and apparently he stayed. I thought, Potter's crew went with him, but we continue on. Chelsea's Ben Roberts, goalkeeping coach, and Kyle Macaulay, recruitment analyst, who came to Chelsea with Graham Potter in 2022. After Thomas Tuchel's raids with England, Chelsea could face further approaches from West Ham, particularly for Macaulay.
Alhamdulillah.
And this is the tweet that broke out with the news. Breaking: Julian Lopetegui has been sacked by West Ham. Former Chelsea boss Graham Potter is set to become a new head coach, with contracts currently being checked. Graham Potter becomes new West Ham coach as expected. Contracts being signed, also staff members being decided as he replaces Julian Lopetegui. This is the official announcement from West Ham as well. And he had a few things to say, Graham Potter. So West Ham confirmed Graham Potter as their new head coach on a 2.5-year contract. Former Stoke boss Narcís Pilach also named as first team coach. Potter: it is important to me that I waited until a job came. No, okay. I'm going to read this. It was important to me that I waited until a job came along that felt was right for me, and equally that I was the right fit for the club I am joining. This is the feeling I have with West Ham United. Don't lie, Potter. The fucking Chelsea money ran low.
Brother, you know how much money he's made out of Chelsea, brother? You know how much
Yeah, dude, he was waiting. He's trying to play it off like he was waiting for the right club. Fuck off.
No, Marshall, he's still got that money somewhere, bro.
You think we're still paying him?
Bro, he's got a lot of
Man,
money.
put it in a trust fund, dude.
We're not paying him now that he's at a club. But...
No, he's not, obviously, but like the amount of money
Yeah.
he was giving him. He was getting fed,
Bro, he was chilling. That's why I think he was waiting. It's like, money's running low. I gotta start picking up work, love.
Yeah, he doesn't need to look for anyone.
Listen, generational wealth, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Generational wealth.
Oh, shit, bro. Cracks me up. This is the last one I got. Graham Potter on whether he has something to prove post-Chelsea. Look at Pep. If he's got something to prove, then we all have. That's the reality. I am comfortable in my own skin. No one is perfect. Life is about taking the successes and accepting the setbacks. But I think I am a better person now from the experience, and he's referring to Chelsea, obviously. The boys gave everything, and Potter is going to give everything. Ladies and gents, panel, what do you think about this? This is interesting. This is very interesting.
The West Ham players should be looking for some day trips, with Potter, but that's about it.
Oh, yeah.
He used to take our boys to day trips and stuff when we lost or drew.
I think we'll do a good job here,
Yeah,
you think so?
You think he will? He might.
Again, I think the issue of Chelsea was that, you had a problem with both. There was like a lot of the younger guys that were brought in, and a lot of the older guys, he couldn't really control a lot of what guys were doing. And even though he was, of course, starting them himself, which was like a fault of his own at the end of the day. So, like, we've got to look at him a bit more side eyes on that one. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to bring some quality here. I look forward to see what happens.
Scott? Or
no, I agree. I think he'll do good.
Surfer?
I think they've got a good squad. He'll do better than Lopetegui did, and that's a start at least.
Were you surprised how bad Lopetegui was?
Oh, you should read that Black article. Yeah, you should read that.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like, I was in a sense, but also like I think someone said when he joined, he's kind of like Moyes, just paella version. Like he's the
Moyes.
Like that's kind of what he was. He was just he was Moyes but with flair. So they got Moyes
with flair. South to Moyes, man. South to Moyes. South to Moyes.
And Moyes might be going to Everton. That's the rumor, right?
Who? Oh,
David Moyes might return to Everton.
According to the Athletic, yeah.
Jeez, Louise.
It's not bad.
That's
It's
crazy.
not bad shout, actually. That's not a terrible option for Everton to go there. But yeah, like.
Oh my days, X-Dow. X-Dow brings up a good point. We're smacking Potter's hammer. Also, Ayo. We're smacking Potter's hammer a few weeks on. Yeah, we're. How long until we face the West Ham fixture? That's gonna be awkward.
Can we pick up form before we start talking about this?
Yeah, I would love to. Where is that fixture coming up? It has to come up soon. Where's Chelsea? Oh, here it is. February 3rd.
3rd of February.
Yeah, wow. That's coming up soon. Surfer, I'm sure you have a few things to say about Graham Potter. What do you think about this assignment here?
I couldn't care less.
Thank you.
I don't care.
I thought Graham Potter was going to be a big one today.
Couldn't care less about Graham Potter or West Ham.
Really?
Man was in hiding for months.
Couldn't care less.
Showed up every now and again on Sky Sports, right? Or something like that.
I'll
As
do
an
a bit.
analyst.
As long as he finishes anywhere between 7th and 13th, the owners will be happy. Keep the punters rolling in. Move on. Spend a bit every other summer. Sell one of their big assets like Kudus in the summer coming up. Whoever, stuff like that. Play nice brand way. The West Ham way, whatever the fuck that means.
The Hammer way.
You know,
Hammer tactics.
West Ham way means what? Getting relegated twice in the past 15 years or something like that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, just move along, man. I saw his interview. Well, make sure you got a smile with the journey we're going on. For fuck's sake.
I can't wait till he says the boys give everything again.
Guidance counts as guidance counts as stepdad routine, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So,
Surfer's got real big for this brother, bro. You know what I mean?
That was a rough season. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
The Potter season was really rough.
I just don't blame him too much. That's right. Maybe that's me.
They go in a press conference. Go in a press conference saying he's in an emergency meeting and lose to Southampton 1-0 home the next day.
Oh my god.
Oh, the boys gave.
Yeah, there were definitely things going on there.
The lads gave everything, man.
Mike's dodgy there. The boys gave it their all. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
He gave the most ChatGPT
Pansy ass.
response.
That's what it is.
He really did. He was ChatGPT before ChatGPT
I'm saying you
was a trend.
GPT should have.
No, he was the FIFA career mode manager. You know that we got slightly.
He had the generic answers, bro. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I did want to do a react at some point when he first broke out in public and talked about his time at Chelsea, but I never got around to it. Now it's old news. No one cares. But yeah, I mean, good for him, I guess.
Why didn't he turn up in a Peaky Blinders hat? You know what I mean? Like, when he turned up in a fade with a chain.
Proper East Londoner, man. Proper East Londoner.
The West Ham fans would have loved that, yeah.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, you know. Yeah.
They definitely would have loved it.
But yeah, I feel like in terms of West Ham, I think he will do a job. That West Ham team has enough quality players, like Scott alluded to, that they should not be anywhere near where they are. They should be fighting for a top 6 spot. They spent a decent amount of money in the window as well. I believe, like when we looked at it, they spent the most money than any team in summer.
The midfield is
I think
crap.
so.
The midfield is crap.
Oh yeah, they got it that midfield. Oh my god.
The midfield's rubbish. What they keep playing Bowen up front because they're strikers. Apart from Mikel Antonio, safe.
Oh yeah, Antonio got in a car accident, so he's out for the season.
They haven't played full Krug yet. He didn't play full Krug. They hang Kudus out to dry. By the way, free Kudus. Hashtag free Kudus. I don't even care. I don't even like saying come to us. Just free him from West Ham. And they spent 40 million on Kilman. What's it? Amon Wanba Soccer on the left hand or right hand side. He stinks either side.
Wanba Soccer.
Yeah, Wanba Soccer. He sucks, man. Either side. I don't know. You know, they're just. I think if they finish, like I said, let me revise that. West Ham should be happy to finish anywhere between 9th and 14th in any season.
Yeah, where are they right now? Actually, let me look. They're 14th place right now. That's
Right.
not good. They're competing with fucking. They're tied with United.
They should be happy to finish that. Happy to finish there. That's where they should. Finish in 14th and get on with it.
Yeah, fair enough, man. But yeah, Graham Potter's back. It'll be funny to see him at the bridge. But yeah, we move.
Got a game tomorrow against Villa in the cup away.
Oh,
Is he starting immediately?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
He was in the training gear, weren't he, for the press conference? It wasn't even like a suit or anything. It was proper.
He did the training session.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did he take him to military school to see the militants and all that stuff like he did to us?
Wan-Bissaka is not one of them. Let me just say this: If
They're gonna see him
Wan-Bissaka's one of their best players, that's why they're 14th. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. It's
Just because he put a few good tackles in doesn't mean he's their best player. Like the people that go, "Oh, Kyle Walker's great because he's got recovery pace." No, that means someone went past him, so he's not good at defending his first point. That's what it is.
I suppose he's even been one of their best goal scorers. So talk about their attack as well.
Yeah, actually been very good going forward, and I think he put that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. It's the that's great. So he that's the reverse of when someone says, "Oh, my striker, he's got great defensive stats." Do you know what I mean? That's what I hate.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Vic. I mean,
freaking decent. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Freaking decent.
All right, let's move on to
That's funny.
some more decent players. Let's talk about. Actually, no, I don't mean that. Actually, because the next segment isn't actually on decent players. It's on this.
It's not decent.
Acheampong. So a little bit of
he's not decent. Is that what you saying, Marshall?
I don't think he's decent. I think he's good.
Okay, fair enough.
So let's bring up some stuff about Acheampong here. Sense around Chelsea that although Maresca said Acheampong was best player versus Palace, it would be too much too soon for him to be starting regularly. Josh Acheampong is regarded inside and outside Chelsea as a world-class defensive prospect. He combines a strong mobile frame. He stands at a little taller than 6 feet with plenty of room to add muscle as he matures, with a rare level of technical polish on the ball for his position. So from the inside, seems like he's really highly touted. Obviously so. We speak about him often. The fan base like to tout him very highly as well. But what do you guys think about this idea that he shouldn't start regularly due to his inexperience?
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, if we had better center backs or if Rafana were fit, I would agree with that. But considering
We don't even have to talk about centre back. We can talk about right back as
I
well.
wasn't talking about centre back. I was talking about right back.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Over Gusto then, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
You
Does anyone?
bro. You have to give good to the competition. Reality is, bro, you need to make sure you need to make it sure that Acheampong can also fit in your play. So you need to be giving your A game week in, week out as well. That's the
Well,
problem.
let's face it, it all goes back to him not signing a contract as early as possible.
Exactly.
Or else we know a bit more about him this season. You know what I mean? So we're only doing this. I love the way they describe him like he's a house in that description. You know, it's the same sort of thing. No,
needs a bit more R&R. You know, the muscle.
Oh my god!
Let's sort the roof out. Sort the roof out. Oh, the garden needs a bit of tending to. Oh yeah, right. Lovely bit of room. You can put an extension on it if you want. Oh, summer barbecues and all that shit. You know
What was
what I
that
mean?
show again on what's it called, BBC that they used to do that thing when they used to go into the
Homes under
houses.
the hammer or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
that one.
Yeah.
To go for, that's what it's
I only
Home
know that
Improvement
because
Extreme Home
Beyond
Edition or
Dublin
whatever it's
started.
called.
Oh my god.
It's just like
This one's a worker.
yeah. That's
You gotta
it's a
put some
fixer
work into
upper.
this one.
Fixer upper.
Fixer upper. Thank you.
Fixer upper, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, but
god.
no, we'd know a bit more about him if the contract situation had been sorted out quickly. We know, and we're not calling for him to start every game, but I think we're just calling him to be more involved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whether that's starting,
I would think so.
Like for instance, Morecambe, Defo start and play the whole game against Morecambe. Defo, whole game against Morecambe. That's where he should play, whether it's right back or centre back, whole game. You know what I mean? And then you just rotate him in and out for the rest of the season.
Let me ask you guys something. We have Man City coming up. Assuming Lavia's fit and ready to play a full 90 by that game, do you start Moises Caicedo at right back for that match, or do you rely on Acheampong for that?
Oh, that's Acheampong for me.
I think Caicedo.
What, really? In the FA Cup?
No, against City.
It's not Man City.
Against City, if Lavia's fit, against
Okay.
City.
Well, we've just
Ahmed.
seen a while.
See, so that means Chris listened to me and not you, Marshall. See, Chris listens to me because he still thinks at the FA Cup. He didn't listen to you say Man City really loudly.
I actually remember hearing Man City just throwing in. I just
He
thought that was
checked
the
out
other way
as soon as I
of
said
throwing in.
man.
Hold that, Marshall. Hold that. That's what it's now. It's 1-0. Yeah.
There we go. We're keeping score now.
Well, are we
But I'm
presuming that- what if Reese
Yeah.
makes? What if Reese plays a few minutes between now and Man City, doesn't Reece have a shot then of starting?
At right back though, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
I
they
think
got
he's seen more as a right center back or a center back now.
We haven't tried him yet.
If you do
We have
what
to
did
try
before,
reset right
three,
centre back first.
then you
We
could start there,
could do
bro.
that.
Where's Mark
Yeah, I guess the
Guehi?
overall notion.
Wait, no, wouldn't hang on, Mark Guehi would be on the left and Cole would be on the right hand side, right? So the other way around.
Yeah. I guess the question was more like, would you guys actually be okay with him playing against a big six side in the right back position?
I mean,
Yes.
listen, if you're old enough, you can do it, man. Isn't it? Simple
I
as
mean-
old enough to do it, yeah.
Bro, I'll be so real. I'm
If
just
we ain't got
tired
the
of seeing
players
everyone
for
else
it.
play.
Just
Hang
trying
on
to
a
see
minute.
who
Didn't he
played.
play? Didn't he? Hang on,
Who
have he
else?
played the likes of Gent and B12 in the Conference League? Going away at the Etihad's no problem.
Exactly, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I sense a little bit of sarcasm there.
You know what they say, Marshall, man. You gotta have the skills to pay the bills. If he's got the skills, then we can use them to pay the bills.
Yeah, I
Thank
guess.
you.
Like I
For that
want to see
wonderful.
kind of wanted to put out a feeler there to see where you guys are at in terms of
Oh yeah, man, Marshall. You know,
Moment
if
that
this
response was
was,
as generic as Potter is right now. That was the most Chat GPT shit ever. If you got the skills, you gotta pay the bills. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Can you give some
listen,
more?
man, that's
I'm
why
not
they
being
call
ChatGPT.
that's why they call saying, you know what I mean, Pyro, bro. You know what I mean? You need to be able to use them interchangeably when necessary. There we go. But listen. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. But let's continue, please. Yeah, we got bigger fish to fry today. Actually, ironically.
yeah. let's
You're a
continue.
walking cliche machine.
There we go, man.
Today he is.
Today I feel.
Some
Today I
something was
feel.
in his teeth.
Yeah.
today.
Today I feel.
Man's moving like Gail Clichy at the moment. It's unbelievable.
All right. So next topic I got for you guys is Chalobah and Guehi. Obviously, this has been the talk of the town. Guehi has been strongly
no.
linked with us. Sell them both. We don't even have them.
No, sign him. Sign him.
Oh, sign them both.
Already
Okay,
signed
wow,
one of them.
Chris.
It's already
Okay.
out. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the block starts already, Chris. Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
getting ahead of the game here.
Shout out
Um,
to Chris, man.
so-
My Chelsea. My Chelsea.
We'll start off with the Chalobah portion of this story. Obviously, a few days ago, we had this tweet come out from Kieran Gill. Chelsea has no current plans to cut short Alfie Gilchrist's stay at Sheffield United, and also Trevor Chalobah is not set to return from Crystal Palace. Chelsea could trigger, and then obviously, a few days later, we get this. Chelsea could trigger their option to recall defender Trevor Chalobah after his season-long loan spell at Crystal Palace this month. Now, there was a bit of a back and forth between does he have a recall on his contract, does he not, yes or no, all this. No one really knew, and then eventually the truth came out, there is. So, news. It is understood that Trevor Chalobah and his camp welcomed the conversations about a return to his boyhood club, Chelsea, which the player wants nothing more than to succeed at. We'll come back to that. Crystal Palace are understood to be relaxed by the possibility of Chelsea recalling Trevor Chalobah. Chalobah, for his part, is said to be keeping an open mind about the possibility of returning, according to Sammy Mockbell. He also says here, Trevor Chalobah was told that he had no future at Chelsea in the summer and was told to train away from the senior setup, so the prospect of recalling him would provide quite a twist. Then, Fabrizio Romano coming out with breaking news here 3 days ago, so not so breaking now. Chelsea have discussed Mark Guehi internally. Chelsea hold a concrete interest in re-signing Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi. There is no plan to pay the £70 million his current employers wanted from Newcastle United over the summer. The West Londoners' valuation is understood to be south of £50 million. Sammy Mockbell reporting here, Chelsea has a sell-on clause of between 17 to 20% after selling Mark Guehi to Crystal Palace in 2021, thanks to Kvaratskhelia and the old regime. It is unclear how that clause would be activated if Chelsea are the buying club. If Chelsea, and this is going for Fabrizio, if Chelsea decide to attack for Mark Guehi, Chalobah could be a point of contact in terms of the discussion between clubs. Chelsea think Guehi is one of the most interesting options. Crystal Palace have no intention to lose Mark Guehi in January, so Chelsea knows it won't be an easy one. They could use Trevor Chalobah's recall clause in the negotiation. Chelsea, isn't that extortion, kind of? Chelsea made some contact to explore this. Chelsea could use Trevor Chalobah as a make-weight and in a deal for Mark Guehi. However, it's understood Crystal Palace would prefer a straight cash agreement for their center back. More continuing here, Chelsea are interested in a swap deal for Mark Guehi involving Trevor Chalobah. However, wages could be a stumbling block. Chalobah could ask for more than his £80,000 a week at Chelsea.
Not that much at Chelsea. I'm surprised.
Yeah, apparently so. I'm surprised too, actually.
No, but I'm surprised about the money that he's on. I thought it would be a bit more, maybe like a three digits, but maybe that's just me.
Also, Palace would also prefer not to do a swap deal. Chelsea's plan of including Chalobah in a swap deal for Mudryk Guehi could hit a stumbling block over Chalobah's wages, which we just read. Crystal Palace are poised to reject a silly offer from Chelsea for £55 million rated Mudryk Guehi. The opening bid has fallen way below expectations for the England international and is set to be rebuffed, according to Andy Dillon. A source said their offer was long way off being a fair price. It was really silly, and they need to offer more to even have a hope of getting the deal done. Chelsea asked Crystal Palace for a valuation of Mudryk Guehi, which is why it all blew up this week. I don't know what it is, but I'm told it hasn't moved past that yet. I'm told that it is unlikely they could sign him this month without either outgoings or something in the opposite direction. This is coming from Matt Law as of today. And lastly here, according to Fabrizio, Guehi is not the only name for center back. Lots to decipher there, lots to break
Just
down.
quickly,
Go ahead, Ahmed.
are you gonna talk about the other center back, because there was like some release in regards to the two other options that just came out, like
Are
similar.
you talking about Bournemouth and Diamonde? Those are the next ones I have.
There was just the Diomande. The only one I know is the Zavani one, and then obviously the Araujo one that came out today. Those are the
Oh yeah, I had those are next. Yeah, I have those next. Yeah. We'll talk on them next. But right now,
Ahmed or you, Marshall, man? What is
I'm just the second in command, Marshall. I'm the second in command, bro. I just want to make.
actually, no, hold on. I gotta fix that. I have to fix that. There you go. You've been demoted from the position you thought you
I
were.
hate you, Surfer, man. Get out of my club, man, Surfer.
Andrew's always been second in command. What are we talking about?
I'm proper casual, unlike you. You know what I mean? That's
Proper casual. Cement mixer gang right here. The OG leader of the cement mixer gang.
I am the fan. We are one of the foundations.
I built this shit.
Right.
Brick by brick, yeah.
This was
Yeah, that's true. Andrew was here before I was, to be honest.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my
go on,
goodness.
what you were gonna say? Did you want to?
You know. Honestly, I think listen. In regards to Chalobah, I think the reality about Chalobah is that, again, if he comes in, will he do a job for us? I think somewhat he will do a job for us, but I think he just as we talk about how Disasi has frailties and many others have frailties, he in his own right also has some well-known frailties, right? And I think for me, the thing I will say about Chalobah is that I prefer him more in a back three than I do in obviously in like the four we're playing currently, sort of ish, right? Even though I know we technically do somewhat playing the three, but like in the way we play, he's going to be in the back two. I just don't really see him working now. Go ahead, bro.
Go on,
no, it's fine. Because like we can come back to Guehi anyway. What were you going to say?
I was going to say though, isn't it all like even the Chelsea fans though that go like, that's fine, I can understand. Oh yeah, bring him back, but it's always like, yeah, we like Chalobah, but. You know what I mean? It's like Chalobah, like for a few games, not long term. But if someone else is available, you'd always put them above Chalobah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not Chalobah's like simple. Chalobah's a very credible, suitable squad player. Yeah, he will never be a starting centre back for us. Play a few games here and there. It's like when Antonio Conte brought Nathan Ake back on loan from Bournemouth that year and played him only in a few cup matches and stuff like that. Chalobah's a short-term fix for Chelsea, in my opinion. He would be. Do you know what I mean? That's starting.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. If we're honest with ourselves here, we wouldn't have Chalobah in our first 11. Like if we could get the defenders we wanted and stuff like that, Chalobah wouldn't be in there.
What do you say when we get the defenders we wanted?
Well, if you had if we sign Guehi, he doesn't get above Guehi or Colwell.
I think he does, personally.
No, he doesn't.
I think he's better than Colwell right now.
No, he's not. Colwell's been far better than him this season. Far better than him.
I think that at their best, he's better than Colwell right now.
I don't know. No chance, Scott. I'm sorry. No chance. Chalobah's not in.
But what Chalobah is best, and people want to forget because of a couple of goals he conceded.
Chalobah, I've never seen Chalobah at his best.
Yes, we have. We saw it in a Tuchel.
I was in a back three.
Cool, that's still better than anything we've ever seen from Cole.
But that's a question I need to ask,
that's
guys.
not true, man. That's just not true. No, it's not.
I never see Scott surfing.
No.
Best players this season.
Is interesting.
Yeah, guys. I actually want to. I think there's an easy way to maybe help you, but to make both of you understand. I think my issue is with Chalobah. I don't trust him, Chalobah, in a back two. That's the problem I think we've got right now. Right? If we are gonna play this back three hybrid sort of thing, even then I have my worries a little bit in terms of what he can do there. Right? But is he? If we look at him like objectively, would he be better than Disasi, etc., etc.? Currently over, of course, he's going to be better than that, right?
Well, after this season, 100%.
But my issue is going to be, but what I would say to you though is that I think the level that he's better than them is not that much. You know what I mean, boys? That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm talking about
Chalobah. I'm talking about Chalobah. I think for me, and I've always maintained, I think for, well, fair enough, Scott. Let me just finish, and then you can disagree with me. I just think for me, when it comes to Chalobah, the level that he's at, I feel like the best time to put it is that he's average, but he does have like some known frailties. I think particularly when it comes to his heading, I think it's a good example of that. I think at times.
Wait, Chalobah.
Yeah, Chalobah.
You think his heading ability is a liability?
Yeah, his heading is probably his worst actually.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
he's actually scored goals from.
No, but like
defensively. You mean defensively?
Yeah, come on. Like, we can say Disasi's heading is great, but you know what I mean, because we're going goals. But let's be realistic.
Aerially, Disasi's clear of Chalobah, but that's not the only thing that makes a defender.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm just saying. But like at the end of the day, with Chalobah, I think if you look at Guehi and then if you look at Chalobah. I think Guehi right now is definitely still has the potential to reach that level. You know what I mean? He has that ability to reach that level with the right guidance. I think for me, right in the right system, in the right thing. I think with Chalobah, I think you already reached what you can get from him. Does that make sense, guys? That's what I probably say.
I don't think he's been ripping it up. He's only been mentioned the last time because he scored a couple of goals, not for his defending this year. No one's met, no rivals.
He also conceded in those same games, by the way.
Huh?
He also, while he scored goals, he also conceded. He was one of the causes
what I'm saying, CP, he's only been mentioned because he scored goals the last couple. He's not been ripping it up all season. No one's going, oh, Chalobah's been in, should be in team of the season or one of the best underrated defenders or anything like that. Not at all. I don't know where this is what I said before this. I don't know where this sudden. He's from us, of course.
Here's the thing: I don't get how we're rating Chalobah so highly when he was
I don't get it.
By Thiago Silva, and that's what Badiashile had during his 6-month spell when he was performing amazingly. Yeah. And we're like, oh my god,
I said
Badiashile's the next best thing, but he was getting his hand held by Thiago Silva too.
But he wasn't though. In either of those scenarios, by the way.
I think he was in.
I don't think they were.
By handheld and
Badiashile was playing with a Silva that was playing like shit. Actually, he was even good that season. The second season, he was playing like shit. Even so, I don't think either of them got their handheld because, like, the thing is, this hand-holding thing doesn't. I don't think that works for defenders because the way you get exposed, like, if you get exposed, you get exposed. The other defender then just has to cover for you, which neither of the center Silva didn't have to cover for either of them.
No,
like,
that's where I disagree. At the end of the
day, he didn't have to cover. Like, bro, I'm not saying Chalobah didn't have his faults, but my point from the start with Chalobah is people talk about him like all they saw was the Liverpool when he got cooked by Diaz and Newcastle when he got cooked by Saint-Maximin, and the one time he gave the ball away from a header with Mane, and that's what they look at and go, yeah, that's Chalobah. They don't look at the fact he was nominated for Player of the Month at least once, playing in a back three with also playing with Rudiger and Thiago Silva. They didn't get nominated, he did. He kept Christensen, who was just coming off a performance in the Champions League final, and he kept him out the team because of how well he was playing. People want to forget that and just focus on all the negatives with him. He comes into this team, by the way, just going back to what Ahmed said, that's nonsense, by the way. He is levels clear of Disasi, he's levels clear of Badiashile, and he's levels clear of Tosin. At worst. He's levels clear of all of those three.
He's better than them. There's no denying that. But it's
no, Ahmed. There's better and there's levels. You made it sound like, he's a little bit better. He's levels clear of the three.
I don't think there's that much of a gap. That's what I'm saying.
No, there's a clear gap between them.
The
other two.
Don't put
The other two, there's a debate. Yeah. The other two, I can see there's a debate. I think he's better than both of them, but I'll admit there's a debate. The other three, he is levels clear of. And by the way, the biggest issue I have with all of this is we can say, okay, Chalobah's not that good. Cool. Then who are we getting for centre back? Because none of the other options are good as well. And the reason why I take Chalobah back is because he's better than the other options out there. Like, I don't really think there's much difference between him and Guehi outside the fact that Guehi's got the leadership thing. They're both terrible in the air. Like, they both primarily have played in a back three in their careers, in terms of at the top level. So, like, they're both kind of the same.
Do you guys want me to talk about the other topics? You want me to bring them up?
Bro, they all stink. All the other
I think the problem that we've got here, and I think me and Surfer discussed this like previously, is that if you look at the current CB market in itself,
shit.
It's like you got a lot of potential. So let me make my camera so you can see me. So on one section, you got a lot of potential. Guys that are very raw talent. Example, like I think a good example of this. Look at Man City right now. Look at Man City right now, right? You got Kusanov, right? For example, getting brought for 50 million euros. Kusanov has been brought for 50, bro. That's actually mad, bro. Yeah, and the thing for me is that. And this guy's not ready yet, bro. He's very raw right now in Liga. If you watch him, bro, and this is me saying that. Liga and fanboy is saying to you, he's too raw. He's not ready. Huh? Yeah, they're going for Victor.
We discussed this backstage. We discussed this backstage before we went live. Like Lawns are actively trying to push him out. They're actively trying to get rid of him because they know that they can get a boatload for him right now. Exactly. Instead of waiting a year or two, they're trying to get rid of him. They're trying to offer him out.
Mm-hmm. And you look at obviously the other guy they're going for, Victor Reese, another guy that's up and coming talent. 18 years old, bro, and they're about to spend 40 M's in him. Like, I'm just giving you an example. Like, that's how bad right now the market for CBs is, right? That's one section. The other section is the elites of the elites. One of the elites of the elites is you're gonna have to spend well over 90 to 100 million for them, or they're basically in contracts or at places where they're already content doing what they want to do. And then there's this section in the market where you've got guys that are like meaty, but the problem is they have known frailties and known stuff that, you know, you're just gonna have to accept and basically be like, we're gonna have to take those things with, basically.
To be fair, Vic, and Vaster retort, Chalobah was offered a deal from Nottingham Forest, so he did have a chance to go to Forest. Yeah. And Tuchel too was another one, but it was a loan issue, and we didn't have enough loans.
I don't think we wanted to loan him initially. Like at a time when
we were trying to sell him, bro. We were trying to get the pure profit.
We didn't want to loan. The loan only happened because we couldn't sell him.
Exactly, bro.
Since we're on the topic of CBs, I might as well bring in the other CBs that we were linked to that I have here. If I'm missing one, by all means, let me know, guys, and I'll go find it. But,
sorry, while you're doing this, Marshall, I just looked at this Victor Reese guy. He's played 18 games.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Let's hang on.
Let me talk.
Let's not judge. Let's not judge, man.
No, let me tell you what it is.
John Duran. We've not learned from our mistakes.
I'll give you comp of who he is, because I watch Brazilian Liga. He is younger Akanji. Can play as a right back. Good on the ball. Decent early, nothing amazing. That's what he is right now.
We went linked to him, so he's probably not good. So we went linked to him. So.
All right. Let's bring in these other options that were proposed. And again, like I'm missing that player you guys are talking about, but I'll find something. Fikayo Tomori has been proposed to several clubs in England. A return to Chelsea Football Club would only be possible if Axel Disasi leaves, which we'll talk about after the segment. The most pressing club remains Juventus. He is available for 25 million euros and 30 or anywhere from 25 to 30 million euros. We have here as well from Graham Bailey. Apart from Mudryk Guehi, Chelsea are also interested in Kusanov, as well as defensive duo Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé. We also have here from Matt Law. Chelsea like Bournemouth center back Zabarny, but don't see a deal being done with him this month. Chelsea have also looked at Ronald Araujo, but also don't see that being done this month either. We continue on here. Bournemouth center back Dean Huijsen as well as Zabarny are being considered by Chelsea and PSG, and that's all I have in terms of like these other center back options.
The problem is,
like I said,
go ahead.
Actually, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna get to a little personal theory of mine, but before I get to that, like, if you look at all these guys, yeah, Chelsea could have got Chelsea with the elite scouting that we have allegedly got. Should have got this guy right here in front of us. Yeah, you know how much they bought this guy for?
Is this Zabarny?
You know,
No, this is
Huijsen.
Okay.
They brought it for 15 million, bro. Yeah, Chelsea scouting for all these up and coming young players, and we didn't even go for this guy. This deep,
I think it was less than that. I actually think it was like 12 with add-ons.
So like it was in that region. It was in the low 20s, the low 10s, right? Region that they got this guy in. Zabarny, you know, again another one that they got for
23
million, right? You look at this, and so this is where sometimes I question our scouting, particularly in the centre back market, and the goalkeeper market, right?
I mean, you guys brought up in the before we went on live, Milinkovic being what 12 million?
12 million.
12 million. Like I just look at some of these and I'm like, Chelsea, bro. I get you mean to pay a little bit of like a 5-10 million tax abroad, but like I look at it and I'm like, why are we not doing this sort of thing? Like, where's our scouting particularly in the centre back market, bro, and like in the goalkeeper market? This is what I look at. But I look at Huijsen. Realistically, guys, he's a 50-60 M player now because we know we're gonna get taxed heavily in the Premier League. Zabarny is going to be in a similar range as well, by the way, too. Yeah. So those two, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, unless the club is willing to pay 60 M's for them, the dream's over for them. I think with the Ronald Araujo deal, I think it was just confirmed like 2 or 3 hours ago that Juventus are really close to getting that deal done with a loan of an option to buy of like 40-45 million. And I don't think the club, particularly the Reece James injuries, the Fofana injuries, and everything that means, bro, he's off the table too. Now there's another CB that Tomori. I doubt that he's going to leave. I doubt he's going to leave AC Milan.
I had a tweet for Diamonde. I don't know where it disappeared.
Let me just say this right. Let me just say this right now. How old is this guy?
19.
Luke Mudway. That's a great name. If Mudway's your surname, it's a great surname. That message right there.
You know they would, and like I'll be real, we shouldn't have signed.
We're only praising. Sorry, Scott. We're only praising them now because we've seen them play. Yeah, we've seen them play. Yeah, there's no way these guys would have played under us right now. You do know that, right? If we bought them,
I think Zabarny could have, but yeah, Houston.
They may have started with injuries, start getting game plan. But that reaction that Luke Mudway put, and Scott knows as well. Imagine that if we bought these people they don't know, Scott, and some what the streams we'd be having. Talking about the reaction to us.
I'll be honest.
Another 19-year-old.
I know.
The thing is with Houston, like I think both of them are. I think you have to separate both of them because I think Zabarny's the one where like that's the one we should have done because that's the guy that played 3 or 4 years in Ukraine. Like it wasn't a what's it called, a Mudryk thing. This guy had played like for 3 or 4 years in Ukraine before joining
exactly
Bournemouth, and he joined them at 20, 21, I think. So he's the one we could have gone. Houston's a bit different because he wasn't playing. And even now I wouldn't get him. He's started half their games this season. So he either hasn't played or has played limited minutes until December. It was only December he started getting regular starts. To him, I still wouldn't buy. But just going back to my point quickly, and this is what I say about the Chalobah thing. Like, if Chalobah isn't the answer, fine. But if I hear people say, Chalobah's not the answer, we should get Araujo, not Ronald Thomas. Chalobah's not the answer, we should go and get Diamande. Chalobah's not the answer, we should go and buy Houston.
Diamande, stay away.
If that's what you're saying, respectfully, you need to shut up. Because like what? Why? Chalobah's better than all of them. Number one, he's more experienced. We know what he offers compared to the others. We have no idea what they're going to do in this team. Because it's not, we've seen, by the way, with other players, KDH, it's way different playing for a Leicester, a Bournemouth, a Benfica, wherever they've been bought from than Chelsea. We've seen that this season. We've seen that before. So, like, there's that. If I'm not getting one of these centre-backs, that Ronald Araujo thing is the first decent centre-back link we've had. We're about to lose him to Juventus, which also, by the way, means Disasi is not being sold to Juventus. Fantastic news.
Today already. Got confirmed
already. That's fantastic news. Yeah. Great, wonderful, brilliant.
That's sarcasm, people.
Yeah, like our centre back targets are shit. Like outside of Guehi, which is like Guehi of the ones we could sign, Guehi's the best option.
Yeah, it's the only
because
starting
he fills the most. He fills the most. He doesn't fix everything in terms of issues on our back line. He fixes the most. Like
He's the only one
outside
that
of the
starts. He's the only one that
yeah,
starts.
he starts,
Exactly.
and outside of the heading, he fixes every other issue we have.
I'm not interested in anyone else. I'm
No.
looking for a starting. I'm looking for a starting centre back. It's the only starting.
The
centre back.
only other one I'd consider, and again, it'd have to be for the right price, is Zabani. But outside of that, Houston, no. Araujo, Thomas, that is no. What's his name? Diamande, no. And I think there was one other. There was a list of 6.
Bro,
What's that
the
other
theory.
one, the French one, Ahmed? The starts with an L. Lukeba?
Lukeba.
No, it wasn't him.
No,
There was a
no,
list of 6 that was given by Simon
okay.
Johnson. It was Guehi. It was Guehi, Araujo.
Oh, let's see if I can find it.
The two Bournemouth ones. And then Houston as well. Absolutely not. So, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, guys, I have a theory of mine that all these centre back stuff we keep on hearing about, we're not gonna go after at all. You know, there's someone they're going after, and I don't know who it is right now, but I don't. Whoever it's gonna be, I doesn't think it's anymore because like I don't think any of the guys that have been mentioned are the ones they're going for. But maybe that's just me. But like maybe that guy that you were saying, Surfer, what's that? The Valencia one?
Mosquera.
No,
but he's not. But he's not. For me, he wouldn't start.
No, I get what you mean, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, I really feel like I genuinely feel like the person they're going for is a lot more quieter. Like
I miss though.
The one that I don't understand.
Look at Mosquera though, but I'd be like, I don't, because I've only really seen him a couple of times play for Valencia.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I'd go, well, there's no point. You might as well bring Chalobah back. There's no point going for someone like Mosquera right now. If you you got Chalobah, just bring him back for a squad and buy Guehi. You know what I mean?
The one I don't understand we're not looking at. We've kind of looked at him tentatively, but it's not really been proper links. And I know Spurs are looking at him. And I know he did sign a new contract this season. But the one I'm surprised we've not been linked with yet is Bissek. Like, he fits just everything. We played against him.
Milan bro, literally.
No, but we played him. He dominated us in pre-season. He's tall. He's 6'5". He's one of their best centre. Like, there's an argument he's their best centre back. He is a leader. Like, he's in the age bracket, but he's on the older side of the age bracket. I think he's 24. Like, he just fits.
I wonder
if you're spending 60 mil on Guehi, like, you tell me you can't get 60 mil for Bissek?
I wonder if they got concerns whether we can play in a back four.
The back four thing is weird to me though, because
I know, but we see it sometimes, don't we?
But we never really play in a back four. Like, even when we defend, most of the times we defend, we're defending in transition. So we defend in the free. I don't know.
I mean, how is he in terms of movement wise?
Oh, he's quick.
Yeah. No, I mean pace. I just mean general.
He seems like he's got some level of agility. Like, he doesn't, even though he's quite big, he doesn't move like a truck. Like, he doesn't move like Disasi.
Okay. Yeah. There's no one that moves like this.
Here's the thing. I like Guehi, but when I saw reports about very light reports on a certain player on the attacking side that we're very lightly linked with for the same price tag, I'd rather have to recall Chalobah and get that guy. I know we'll talk about him later. You all know who I'm alluding to. But if we're paying 70 million, I'd rather get that guy in the forward line and call Chalobah if I'm spending 70 million.
I mean, with me, this is the thing that doesn't really make sense to me. Because I agree with everything that Surfer said in regards to Chalobah. Like, I do not think he's a solution. I think he's just a Band-Aid for the issue. But what doesn't make sense to me is in the summer, when we were looking we knew Maresca, when we knew Maresca was going to be the head coach and we knew his style of play, we obviously have players at the club that we're not willing to budge on, that we could get pure profit on, but we don't want to budge. Levi Colwell being one, Reese being another one, and now you're looking at Acheampong. I don't think Acheampong is going to get sold. Like, there's talent that as much as people want to believe that we're pure profit FC, it's just not the case. But what I don't understand is when you're team building, how does Chalobah not necessarily fit into your plans? Because Chalobah, I know there's the money portion of it, but we weren't getting that much money for him. We were surprised at the asking price that Chelsea were asking for him. Remember? Marshall, it was like only 40 something. But real quick, let me just land my point, because with Chalobah, what doesn't make sense to me is that if you're looking for players that can invert into the midfield, not to say Chalobah can do this like at an incredible level, but he has experience at Lorient playing in DM. Like he has experience playing at right back and putting in a shift. He's better at wide spaces than Disasi. I'll 100% admit that. That is a player that you could potentially transition into that. Like, where's the planning? That's what baffles me and makes this whole recruitment thing very, very confusing. Very confusing.
The thing is, whether it's the recruitment or Chalobah or something, I want to go back to what CP said about I'd rather bring Chalobah back and spend 2 million on a striker. I don't know why we don't do both in terms of this. You're gonna get, if you want Champions League, you can legitimately go, we can spend more because we're aiming to get the Champions League, we're going to get that money. We're going to Club World Cup, we're going to get that money. Just 60 million just mentoring. Do you know what I mean? If you want to secure top 4, get the targets that you need. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need. You want top 4, get the targets to secure them. Then you can talk about spending and offloading during the summer. So if a striker deal comes up and a defender deal comes up, do it. For us, like I said, you're still going to be come February 1st in some type of top 4 battle, which I don't want. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'd rather spend the dosh right now and then worry about it later. You know what I mean? Once if you secure top 4 football, you probably secure the Champions League and whatever kit sponsor. If that rumored urban legend Jordan kit things happening and that extra dosh coming in. Do you know what I mean? It's
Well, I guess especially if we have the 20% sell-on clause for Guehi, and then we might be willing to loan him or sell Chalobah.
I don't know if they want Chalobah, why don't you just send him on another loan for a season?
Yeah, even if they call him for another loan, let's say we get 5 million, or even if we sell him for pure profit, even for as low as 20 million, so we get 20 million, we get 14 million back if we get Guehi. If we buy him for 70 million, we get 14 million back from the buy-on, plus another 20. So we're basically getting 35 million back. So we're basically paying 35 after that for the player. Right? If you're talking about this whole accounting bullshit.
Well, that's the way to work the buy. That's why you're seeing the valuations are lower than what he was going to be, what they wanted from Newcastle. The reason I wanted 60, 70 million from Newcastle was because of the 20% sell-on clause. Or else he probably would go for about 55.
Even if it gets as ridiculous as 70 million, I know we're getting 20% back. And I know they'll have to replace him with Chalobah.
Right, but we're gonna get that off anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. We're getting lots of money off anyways. So I don't care if it goes up to 70 million because we're paying 35 million.
Yeah. If they didn't have the sell-on clause, he probably would go for. Probably Newcastle would have signed him for about 50, 55 million. For being honest, it's the only reason. It's the same.
I would go for him and the attacking player that we're linked with. Fuck it. I agree with Surfer even more after thinking about it.
Yeah, especially if that's the price. I mean, if that's the price, you're looking at 60. The attacking. Well, we'll talk about the attacking player a bit later. But what I'm saying is, if you want them, get it done now. Do you know what I mean? Yep. I don't. It's differing. You know what I mean? Because if you don't get them done, then you're leaving yourself really open for a potential not finishing in the top 4. And don't think that, it might be top 5. Don't risk it. That's what I'm saying. Do not risk it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think with a lot of the stuff with Chelsea, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we start getting a bit more of a clearer picture about who we're going for at centre back, or if we start making deals happen. Because obviously, then our next nearest EPL game is Bournemouth, which is somewhat of a big game. Obviously, I don't think the person we buy is going to be ready for us right now, but
he definitely won't be.
You won't be, but I think at the very least, the speeding up of deals and stuff like that's going to start happening a lot sooner.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but I just think we need, if we're going to do deals, especially like the key positions, we need to be doing it now. Look at what City are doing. Like City got 1 million for Marmoush. They went, no, we want 80, and City are going, cool. like Fabrizio reported today that they literally agreed. Like it's been reported that they gave a verbal agreement that we're going to pay the 80 mil.
Yep.
Like and they're linked with Kusanov. They're about to go and get Reese. Regardless of whether I think they're good players, they're doing business early, so they're not fucking about. So these guys are ready here and in. This is why I don't think we're doing the recalling thing, because why would you wait 9 days?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we waiting?
Yeah.
Like
I think
they
for me,
did this before, by the way, they've done this in every January window, as far as I can remember. They did this when they first came in. I don't remember if they did this last year. I feel like they did, but like, why? Why are we waiting?
I don't. This whole like it seems that they love negotiating.
Yeah,
I mean, for some reason, yeah.
One thing I will say,
they're addicted
That's
to
what I
gambling.
realized. They
almost.
love
It's a
business.
gambling addiction.
I'm praying
thrill of
for my Chelsea.
get the deal.
I'm praying from a Chelsea perspective. We're just keeping stuff hush hush, and the player we're getting that's on the hush hush
Yeah.
defensively is good, because that's what I'm praying for, because if they're doing the deal hush hush here, and then like we find out in the next few days, like
I'm not gonna lie,
there's
though,
someone
man.
that's like
Does
trash
make me
for it.
nervous.
Yeah.
It does make
Like,
me nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
that
It does
robs
make
me
me
severely.
nervous.
I'll be honest.
That robs me severely.
You know how you have your Barcola wet dream to Chelsea? If we get the guy in the private chat that I mentioned, I will be honest. For one day, I will not care if we get a defender. For one day, I'm saying I'll be so happy. But after that,
We'll
I'll
continue to move on so we can get to that topic. But
Scott's right. I don't know why we just don't go. I would, even if they don't accept it, Scott, I would have gone to Palace. I would have bid 50 million right away for Guehi.
Yep.
Just to say,
Yeah.
I would have done 50
Just to see what they say.
But they've already given us a valuation. I'm
We've got
assuming.
20% because I said we're bidding 50.
No, they only told us
we're
that
bidding
50
50
was
because
laughable. That's it.
we're bidding 50 because we've got the 20% discount essentially. So we're just taking off what you want.
And just see what happens, because like you said, like even if they say no, cool. You know where they stand. All this pissing about, like, bro, it's all, bro. They just plan. Like it's just planning. It's constant planning and no action.
Yeah.
even
if you go up, then you go like, okay, so it's 55 plus add-ons or something like that. See what they say. They'll probably take it and get it done.
But before we move on to the next topic, I will say this, and I think all of us probably agree on this. If I were Chalobah in this situation, I would probably tell Chelsea to fuck off, especially considering how we treated him.
He's a humble guy, man.
Bro, I understand that, but you got to have respect for yourself, because if he says he wants to come back because he thinks he has a chance, I'm sorry, Chalobah, you are living in delusion.
We would have fought that now.
They are just going to bring you back to try to sell you again, bro.
Yep. I'll be honest.
Yeah. So, listen, I like Chalobah as a person. I think what Chelsea did to him was.
I'll be honest, man is too loyal. This is like a very toxic relationship where we're abusing him, and he's like, "It's okay, it's you, baby."
Don't be a simp.
Hey, yo, chill, bro. Man.
Don't do it.
Huh?
Don't do it. Don't be a simp, Chalobah. Don't do it.
No, it's just like he's humble. If you know his background, you know why he's humble.
Yeah, he's just humble.
Yeah. No, I get that.
No, I agree, but it's so toxic the way we are treating him.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That is, but like that's what this club. I'll be so real. That's just what this club does. Like that's what they do.
We are toxic. What can I say, man? Chelsea and toxic, man.
You say
We
it's
love
toxic.
it. We love it.
You say it's
We love
toxic.
it.
I'd
We love
rather,
it, man.
if you're not going to play him, don't give him hope.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Don't give him hope. Don't give him hope. All right, let's move on to the next thing so we can get to the big other news. There's a lot more to cover, guys. This is a bit of the plans going forward. There's been a little bit of an update, gives us a little bit more insight of what exactly is going to happen in this January transfer window. So earlier this week, we had this, earlier last week, Chelsea's recruitment team are working on potential exits for the following players: Ben Chilwell, Carney To Leave, Harvey Vale, Alex Matos, who's still at the club, and Cesar Casadei. We'll discuss a few of these.
If I got that set of cards at poker, I'd kill myself right there.
Chelsea are fairly satisfied with their squad as it stands, and they would be willing to wait until the summer before making big changes. And this was 2 weeks ago, pretty much, where this came out. So you can see how drastic of a turn we've made. Chelsea are happy with, as is Enzo Maresca, with the current crop of players. They are not expecting to conduct too much in the way of incoming related transfer business this month, according to Bobby Vincent. And I think this is PR, to be honest. So we continue. Matt Law reporting here, Chelsea insiders were always adamant that they would wait until March before using the table as a guide for what the team can fight for this season. External title talk was always complete nonsense. Then we continue.
Sorry. Why would you wait till March?
Yep.
It's a bit of a weird thing.
Bro,
Yeah.
if that's the
I'm
previous
waiting
club,
to
You can't do anything. You can't do anything in March. Why would you?
What,
would you
April,
wait
May?
till
What are we
March?
doing? What's
yeah,
the
we'll
March
wait,
It's
we'll
gonna
wait until
be-
March to reassess how good the squad is. Great, fantastic, wonderful.
So Max PYS said this, and Zomreska internally wants a striker and midfield cover in January. Christopher Nkunku has backers internally, however, some don't want to get rid of him. Also, up to the players' desire. Some see value in loan approach for Evan Ferguson. Priority will be outgoings. Oops, I did the wrong thing right here. So this is where things started to take a turn. Fabrizio Romano saying that Chelsea are considering attacking players in January window. Fabrizio mentions Mudryk and Nkunku are two situations to keep an eye on. Other options at Chelsea are being assessed, including whether it is better to sign a new center back in the January window. Justin, Chelsea may do more incoming business other than center back. Remember what I told you on Nkunku, in case he or his agent says, let me go. Could be one to watch. Chelsea plans bringing in one more center back in January. With Mark Guehi among few options, not easy deal, but surely appreciated with initial contacts as revealed here yesterday. Then another update here from The Athletic. Attacker and winger are two areas under consideration with 2025 as a whole in mind. Simon Phillips saying here from Ben Jacobs, Chelsea are expected a flurry of outgoings in mid-January as it could pave the way for a couple of incomings as well. Chelsea entered January expecting a reasonably quiet window, but if the right opportunities present themselves, a few incomings are possible. And then lastly here, breaking, Chelsea are open for bids for Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Disasi, and Nkunku, all of which we will discuss in this show. Yeah, so a big turn for Chelsea in terms of a transfer plan. I think most of us can agree that in recent the recent news here is, I would think, accurate. I think we all agree we need another striker, we need a left winger, and we need a center back, and possibly two center backs at that. Let's actually continue on from here while we're at it with more news. Disasi sale is on the rise here. So Chelsea are not actively looking to sell. Chelsea are not actively looking to sell Axel Disasi as he provides cover in multiple positions. Only on attractive offer could make Chelsea change their mind. Their hierarchy are happy with the current group of players. This was a week ago. Big 180 has happened since then, but let's get to this one. Chelsea are not actively looking to sell Axel Disasi, but would not be adverse to selling the defender should they receive an attractive offer for his signature. And here, 2 days ago, Fabrizio reporting, Chelsea could leave. Disasi could leave Chelsea in January. This would be one to watch. Chelsea will be busy with outgoings. Two more here. Axel Disasi, defender who does not fit Maresca's style of play, could also be allowed to leave, according to Matt Law. Oh my days, according to Matt Law. And then an update in regards to where this is going. Disasi.
I need to get that trim, man. I need to get the trim.
Juve has pulled out of a race to sign to sign Axel Disasi.
Out of the race.
There's a race? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was a race?
Oh, seems so, mate.
Who else is
I wonder whether the clubs are
The race is
interested.
slow as fuck, man. He's slow as fuck too.
Listen, they might go back to Lens, you know what I mean? Go
You
back
think
to
so?
Lens. No, maybe. No.
Stand up a lot of cash.
Monaco?
So, no. Like, you might go to Lens because Lens is obviously losing Kusenov. They're losing some guys to you.
Please.
Even Reims is his former club. I don't think they've got the facilities for that big man.
But they just sold a centre back. Hey, Ram, please.
Maybe them or like Monaco. I don't think they need one right now, to be honest. So
No, they do.
Unless my memory. Okay, fair enough. See, Scott knows ball. So listen.
No, I don't know, ball. I'm brother. I'm trying to shop.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm pretty sure.
You know what,
no,
man,
they do.
listen.
They're taking back their player.
No, they
You know what it is, guys, man. Listen,
need one.
I think about Disasi with rather fond memories, man. You know, I remember the first goal he scored for us. You know what I mean?
I was hoping you were being genuine because I remember fond memories of Disasi, but I know there's
You know what I mean? He had such a great start. You
Yeah,
know
and I'll
what's
tell
crazy
you what,
about
his fondest
Disasi?
memory is when he leaves. That's going to be the fondest memory.
I just go back to one of those messages where they said, when they said they're not looking to sell to Sassy because he's covering multiple positions. No,
He's not.
no. We proved it at Ipswich. No. I don't know. No.
Yeah,
Just no.
it's not happening with Disasi. I'm curious to see what clubs are gonna want to go for the player. It would have to be a league that isn't really like a pacing
Even
league.
to
I could see
Palace.
like an Italian league.
Give him to Palace.
Like, there could be a Premier League club as well, to be fair. But I don't think
so?
Offer him as part
A
of the
low
Guehi
block
deal.
team.
Offer him as part of the Guehi deal.
Maybe. Maybe. It's not a bad shout. I don't know. Like, it's just did anyone have high hopes for him when he came to the club?
No, not
No.
really.
Fair enough.
I thought,
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, I thought he'd be better than what he has been.
Yeah, I thought last
Like,
season
it
was
was a
Poch
complete
tax.
waste of money. A complete waste of money.
But again, Ahmed likes to argue it, but I do vehemently believe that had Chalobah and Fofana not gone down with injury last season, Disasi never happens.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
We'll never know, but
Yeah, Ahmed, do you want to know his greatest thing that he did at Chelsea, Ahmed? Disasi? When he celebrated a tackle that went for a corner. But people don't
against
realise that
City?
he's the one who actually gave away the ball in the first place. So he had to go recover. If everyone remembers that. He recovered it and he went up for the corner and he shamelessly celebrated it as a goal. And I remember going, I remember watching going, you're the reason it's got out. You're the
No,
reason.
like, man, it was real comedy to watch, man.
Oh, no. Sorry.
He
What
was
we're talking about.
terrible.
His greatest thing is the Leicester own goal. What we're talking about. That's the greatest thing.
What a goal, man!
What an
Oh.
unbelievable goal.
That was nearly the same that Caicedo did. Apart from Caicedo's winning a proper net. That was all.
He's a generational player, man. He's a generational player, bro.
Is it?
Listen, I feel
He's
sorry
like
for
Black
him.
Cola.
I feel sorry for him. Him asking to play, him being asked to play right back is just the manager's fault entirely. And I will never blame the Sassy when he plays at right back. I will never blame him because there's no point.
Exactly.
It's like, as I said, it's like putting Enzo Fernandez in goal. There's no point.
yeah, I think that even based off of, because I think under Poch he did play right back 1 or 2 games and it never looked good. I think if you're looking at those games, because we know Maresca did his homework, I don't know at what point you think that it would be a good idea.
Right.
Kind of like putting Chilwell at left wing. You saw
You know what
Poch
made it
do
worse?
it. Yeah.
You know what made it worse that game in Switch? 3 right backs on the bench.
Yeah. No. Yeah. 100%. I definitely agree with that one. As I'm organizing these real quick, guys. But yeah,
man. Listen, guys.
Talk to
I
me.
think it's clear that they're trying to obviously get some of the deal what they couldn't get in January sold. Maybe barring Disasi, right? Obviously, you can see Chilwell. Still the 9th of Jan. We're not making out the hood of him. It's looking like
But we're
Right.
seeing the ramifications of the limitation of the loan system as well,
exactly.
aren't we? Because those
Yeah.
guys under the old loan rules would have been out on loan probably if we couldn't sold them. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And we're seeing the ramifications of that right
I'm
now.
not surprised you can't even find domestic loans for them, because
No,
surely
but
there's
No,
someone
I
in the
just-
league.
I don't.
No,
I
but
just
the
think
thing
it's
is,
just
like, it's going to be wages as well. It's going to be
Yeah.
how much people need wages. Also, like, who's
He
taking
can't be on that
Chilwell
much.
on loan?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Chilwell, not Disasi. Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
taking him
Oh,
on loan?
Chilwell's the
Who's
one.
taking
Chilwell's the
Disasi on loan?
hardest
I'll be
one
so
to get
honest.
rid of. Chilwell's the hardest one. He's going to have to take a pay cut.
Yeah, he's here for
100%.
another 2 years, by the way, as like 2.5 years. 2027.
I'm just surprised no team at all, no matter how
no.
big or small,
No, bro,
does
he
not
got
want to
he
go
has
for
an
Chilwell.
ACL. He's not been fit.
Bro,
He's
like,
on 200K a
also,
week.
bro, the amount of left backs in this league that are performing is nuts.
Mhm.
He'd actually do it
Like-
right in a left wing back. I'm surprised. You know what I mean? I'd sell him.
But even left wing backs, like, who, like, look at the 3-back systems. You look at Wolves, they already play a winger there. United need a winger in the wing back position. They don't need a left back. I think he wouldn't do anything for them. I'm trying to think who else played winger 3-at-the-back formations. Southampton sometimes do. It's Southampton. Like, he could go there maybe, but it's Southampton. That's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Mm.
Fulham he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even if they do play three at the back, it's either a Wobie or it would be Robinson, and Robinson is levels clear of him.
The other player too. What's his name? The one that bossed us in that game. Isn't he
What,
one of the
Bassi?
wingbacks? Bassi.
No, he's
isn't he wing back?
he's a left back. Like
Oh,
he's
he's
a
center
centre
back.
back
Oh,
slash
okay.
left back.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's the
they
centre.
don't need
When
that.
they
They
played three at the
definitely
back, he was the like left centre back that moved to left back when Robinson pushed up.
Hey man,
I
blame the
think
young.
for him,
They gave him a new contract.
well, they gave him a new contract. That's the other thing too.
Bumped up.
Prematurely.
They bumped up his wages, not by a lot, because he was still on 190 anyway with the old
Mm-hmm.
contract. So it wasn't if he went so far up to 200, but that was the new owners that have done that.
Yeah, and I think the option we're gonna have to do with him is probably what we did with Sterling, where we're gonna have to loan him out, do partial. We'll pay part of his wages, just get him gone.
It's really
It
gonna
might
have to be like a
be something
60-40. It might need to be like a little 60-40,
Yeah,
my friend.
yeah.
Or even like a 70.
And even
I don't know,
and
bro. I
honestly,
think it's
even
gonna-
that
I
Sterling
think it's
thing,
gonna be like 75-25.
It
and
might
even the
have to-
Sterling deals
yeah.
backfired on us because he's
Remember,
not even
only
playing for Arsenal.
We're also only paying 100k of Sterling's wages.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's definitely coming back because he's not being played because Arteta doesn't want to play him.
He's gonna be a summer issue for us, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's still got
But-
he's still got 2 years left when he comes back. So
Listen, Saudi, bro. He's Saudi and
I think Saudi's
it's the
done.
US of A.
Saudi's
Crazy,
done, bro.
you got something for us to get done there, yeah?
no,
Maybe USA,
Canada,
maybe
buddy.
MLS. Okay. Yeah, maybe a Canadian MLS team.
Poch, get taken for you know.
Man said MLS.
What's Poch gonna do? He's gonna convert him to an American. He's not even gonna bench Pulisic.
There we go, man. There we go, bro.
But before we continue on, ladies and gents, if you haven't done so already, almost 90 of you in the chat right now, smash up that like button. We're only at 30 likes. We should be at somewhere near 50 with this many of you here. If you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying the panel and the news that we're providing today and the discussion we're having, by all means, smash up the like button to show your appreciation. And it does help out with the YouTube algorithm and helping us grow here on this channel. But let's continue on. Next topic that I have for you guys is I think this is going to be an interesting one. It's one that we've talked about multiple times, but we're going to bring it back because now there's actually some movement happening in regards to one of the players on here. Actually, movement happening in regards to both of the players on here. And that's going to be the Carney and KDH situation happening right now. So I started this little segment off with one little piece of news that I think I want to dwell on a little bit because it could be something that could favor us. So a little conspiracy theory here. So we'll start off with this first piece from Data MB. No goalkeeper has more passes per 90 or forward passes per 90 than Georgi Petrovic, Strasbourg on loan for Chelsea, in the top 7 leagues this season. Okay, remember that.
Successful.
Remember that because we're going to come back to this.
How many were
Carney
successful?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Everyone
you're not
can pass it. I can pass it.
I'm not trying
Yeah,
to. You know, I get that. I'm not trying to prop him up, but I'm just trying to remember that because it's going to come back.
I'm not criticizing Petro. I'm criticizing that
Yeah,
statement. Every player can pass it forward 90 times. How many of them are successful? Because if it's 9 out of 90, then fuck off. You know.
So we continue this one. Carney Chukwuemeka has been told he can leave Chelsea, according to Bobby Vincent. West Ham are interested in Dewsbury Hall and Chukwuemeka. We'll talk about Dewsbury Hall shortly. And just in here, Borussia Dortmund are interested in Carney Chukwuemeka, according to Pletigo.
That'd be a brilliant move for him.
And here, the only loan for Carney Chukwuemeka that will be considered is to Strasbourg, according to The Athletic. But that will require one of Caleb Wiley, Georgi Petrovic, or Santos to end their spell there because they can only take 3 loans from Chelsea. Georgi Petrovic, with that stat, I don't know. It's something to consider
He won't be
Caleb
him.
if
Wiley's
this
already
were to
back, by the
happen.
way. Caleb Wiley's already back in the Premier pass.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's injured at the moment, so he's the one that makes the most sense. Well, no, let me rephrase that. He's the one that makes the most sense if you're not going to recall Santos, which should be the move that happens, but they won't do it.
They already confirmed that's not happening, by the way.
No, I know
Yeah,
that, but that's what I'm
confirmed.
saying.
We'll
That's
go to
the
that.
best move. Like that's the best
Mhm.
move. But if they're not going to bring Santos back, then yeah, just bring Wiley back because he's injured anyway.
Okay. Yeah. This is obviously
I'm
an
still
interesting
wondering
one.
what the point is of that signing, but we
Let's continue on. So Borussia Dortmund have an interest in signing Chelsea midfielder Carney To Leave on a loan deal with an option to buy in the January transfer window. Strasbourg is an option for Carney this month. It would require Chelsea recalling one of their loanees already from with their French sister side, according to Kieran Gill here as well. Borussia Dortmund have an interest in signing Carney To Leave. Okay, we went over that. Ben Jacobs also saying right here, West Ham among suitors for Carney To Leave, but Chelsea could also loan him to Strasbourg, as called by Bobby Vincent and Kieran Gill. They would also have to first bring back one of Georgi Petrovic, Wiley, Santos. Petrovic not expected to return. If he does, his pay package further increases as part of the terms agreed before he took the loan.
What?
One time, Scott.
So, huh?
What? His pay package increases. So wait, if he comes back,
So he gets more wages if he comes back before the loan.
According to Ben, yeah.
His agents are cheap.
Who the fuck is writing these contracts? Who the fuck is agreeing these deals?
I need to.
Hang on. Could mean that he took the other way of looking at this is also meaning that he could have taken a pay cut to go to Strasbourg.
That's fair.
Yeah, like he could be on 20.
Pay that in mind as well. Yeah, he could have taken that as well. So I'll keep that.
No, but how would that work? Wait. How would the pay cut work?
So if the loan deal isn't about your loan, your parent club paying the wages, you can negotiate an actual wage being paid by the loan club you're going to. I swear it's just a case of who, like, you get paid the whole wage. It's just a case of who pays what. Like, I don't know. It could be anything. It could be a deal that we don't know about that doesn't. Like I said before, it could be something that Strasbourg are paying him this much and we're not paying. Chelsea aren't paying him at all.
I think you also need to realize that the wage structure, right, at Strasbourg probably need to be a bit more reduced. Obviously,
Ahmed, that's what I understand. But what I'm saying is, so say for example, like he's on 30k. I actually don't know what he's on, but say he's on 30k, but they can only afford to pay him 15k a week. We'd pay 15k as well. Like that's what I thought normally happens with loans. It's like we'd pay 15k and they.
I don't know. They could have structured it differently.
Right. If that's the only reason the only reason I question that is because if that's the case, he's getting paid from the same people. Ultimately, like he's getting paid by the same people.
Could be something relative terms of when over here if you go like I'm trying to equate it to maybe if you go in like a secondment position, like a few months or something, you get paid a different wage, but then you go back to the original one if the secondment ends or something like that. I don't know. He could have taken a pay cut and then it just goes back to what it was here. Maybe anything. Don't know where Marshall's gone, but.
Well, since he's gone, I want to, if I can expose him for a comment he made yesterday.
Oh,
me? What are you gonna say?
We don't really need Kulusevski in this team, to be honest. He'd just be on the squad. He'd be better than KDB or KDB. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
You're shameless. You're shameless.
I told you.
You're the worst. You're the worst. I accidentally called KDH KDB. All right. What? Or no, it made it seem like I thought Kulusevski was KDB.
To be fair, I think they've had both the same level of impact on their teams this season, so it's all good.
Yeah.
No, KD. KD. Yeah.
KDH, yeah. Let's continue on some of more of these tweets. Let's get a little bit more on the KDH side of things. So, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall is most likely to leave Chelsea on loan. West Ham are one of the clubs interested. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall can leave Chelsea this month in case of good bid for both player and club. Chelsea already informed the player since December about his availability on the market. This came out. Dewsbury-Hall apparently retweeted and deleted this. I still think Maresca could have handled him better. He's not the scrub everybody thinks he is. It seems a little unprofessional to do this, obviously, but time will tell. But yeah, there's a little bit of a public just outing right there, considering this is the guy that brought you to this club. To say and praise and spread the word of Maresca ball, but
Can't really tell from a screenshot. It's just some. I could name an account that says Keenan.
Yeah, that's fair. 100%. On KDH, the message I got yesterday was that Chelsea would rather sell him than loan him out. I can't say who in case it messes up the deal. That's one massive club in Europe. There's one massive club in Europe.
I've got to know who this club is. I swear to God, I've got to know who this club is.
In for him. It's genuine. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. According to Mount Law as well.
I've got to know who this club is, man. I swear.
Yeah, it's a really interesting bit of news. And then lastly here, Graham Potter.
Oh, Staffy raid. Staffy raid.
Oh,
boo,
let's go.
Staffy, boo.
There we go. Big up Staffy. Big up Staffy TV. Thank you so much for the raid. If you guys haven't done so already, anyone coming in from the Staffy raid, be sure to like the video, like the stream, helps the channel grow. And if you're new here and interested in some, good panels and some banter and good content, by all means, subscribe. Helps out the channel tremendously.
That'd be amazing, Luke, if it's Bayern Munich. Imagine Bayern Munich coming for KDH.
Bayern Munich interested in
Kimmich and KDH.
So yeah, Graham Potter could make KDH his first signing as West Ham boss in a raid of his former club Chelsea. So obviously Carney stuff there, potentially Strasbourg.
I love selfishly. I know it won't happen because I can't even take him alone. I'd love him to go to Borussia Dortmont. I think
they were interested in him before he joined us.
I think he'd absolutely kill it in the Bundesliga. I think he'd absolutely. It's similar to. I know they're on the same level now, but he's got a similar type of playing style to like Jude Bellingham, sort of an attacking way, sort of that way. And I think he's desperately unlucky we signed all these 10s, and he keeps getting injured as well. So it doesn't help. But I don't think everyone's always got a 40 million buyout clause. No one will pay 40 million for him. We're never going to get that. We might get back what we paid for him, and then we'll just call it a day. But selfishly, I'd like to see him go to Borussia Dortmund. Just to try it out. Potter, I don't know. Is it too easy? Is it West Ham? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
West Ham would be the thing with West Ham is that he won't start there unless Paqueta gets banned.
Yeah,
is that even on the table anymore?
It's still on the table.
What did West Ham play? 3 or 2 at the back?
They played 2 at the back, right?
2 at the back. Is Potter going to go to win backs at West Ham?
I don't know.
Brian,
I feel like
he didn't last. But
they've got obviously Carlos Soler there, who's not had a great season.
He's been good. He just hasn't played.
Oh, fair enough. Maybe he might do well. I don't know. I could see one of KDH or what's it called? Chukwuemeka going there. I think Chukwuemeka. It depends on how many more options Bayern Dortmund come in for him. Because I feel like there could be more than one club that comes in for him if he's that available. I think the other thing
I've got to know who this massive European club is coming for KDH, man.
I honestly believe it's probably some team in Italy.
Don't even bother saying it.
Probably Italian team.
Oh my God! Don't even bother saying it's Fiorentina or something like that, because that's not a big European club.
But at the end of the day, listen, KDH, man, I feel sorry for the guy in the sense that, listen, has his performances been up to par? Probably not, and I think that's fair for all of us to say.
You think it's Dortmund for KDH?
No, it's not Dortmund. There's no way it's Dortmund. But I just think of KDH. I feel like he's also been failed. This thing that I've spoken about before about how I thought a lot of the guys on the bench. Some of them have kind of been failed in terms of the amount of game time they've been given by the gaffer has not helped them.
No, I agree with that to an extent.
Single most pointless transfer we have potentially ever done as a football club. Complete waste of time.
Do you guys think that's the worst transfer we ever made as a football club?
No, not worse.
With that.
Not
I know
worse.
You don't say that. Yeah.
The worst transfer we've ever done is Lukaku. It's the most pointless transfer I think we've ever done.
I always think Percy Hatton, he was just there.
Drink water still exists.
This guy was about to go to Brighton, by the way. He was about to be Brighton, playing regular Brighton. This guy was about to be playing regular
Chelsea's a different Chelsea's a different knock. You know what I mean?
No. I get we're different knock. Don't get twisted, but we took this guy away from Brighton where he could have been starting regularly, and we don't give him a start.
Complete waste of time.
Barely played for us. Seems the gaffer doesn't believe in him or anything like that, and everything like that. So it just becomes what was the point?
We get near enough what we pay for him. It won't matter. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so, man.
No, Sauniguez is not worse, and he's also not. Again, he's not more pointless. Sauniguez made sense.
A loan move can't be considered the worst. A loan move can't be considered the worst transfer.
And again, I didn't say worst because the worst transfer we've ever done is Lukaku. That will be the worst 100%. Transfer we ever do in our lifetimes, probably, is Lukaku. He's the most pointless. He's the one that made the least sense. Like, it was a waste of time. Complete waste of time for everyone involved. Because, by the way, Leicester didn't even really get anything out of it either. They spent 6 million on a youth academy player that played all of 10 minutes for us the season before they bought him, and he's played I think he's played 4 Premier League 2 games this season.
Yep.
Yeah.
That whole transfer involvement was a waste of time for everyone outside the fact that, like, Leicester got the PSR thing, which, like, they didn't need to sell to us to do that. They were going to sell to Brighton.
Yeah. So it's a weird one. I think from maybe 2 months ago, where we initially started to have that debate on KDH, is when slowly but surely it started to become more and more clear that this signing was very pointless. As for Carney,
it was pointless when we made it.
I mean, I did think. Well, there's that one factor that I didn't think the players would adapt to the system so quickly, and 2 was that I thought he was a much better player than what he has shown, but it's just not. He's not been
But he is a better player than what he's shown. But he was always going to be 4th choice midfielder. Even if he came in
ideal position, I get that. Yeah.
No, but he's played as the, like, 8 that also then pushes further forward, which is what he was. Obviously, it was in a 3, whereas now he's playing in the pivot. It's slightly different, but he's still doing a similar-ish role. He also played in the 10 at times. He played in the 10 in preseason, looked like shit. But also, like, this whole, like Andrew said, the dressing room.
Mute your thing, Ahmed, if you're playing FIFA.
Oh, that's not
that's
my
Marshall.
keyboard.
He's got his keyboard. He's got, like, some weird clicky keyboard.
It's a very sensitive mic. You guys used to never hear it, but it's my mic. That's why.
Sorry. But also, like, even if you have it for the dressing room or to know the system, like, bro, you don't need KDH to help you. It's not like it's Jorginho, right? You didn't need KDH to help teach you this system or to be in the dressing room or anything like that. It's not. He's not Jorginho.
It was that. It was a man to get someone in that the manager has trained before.
No, it probably was, but even with that, it's pointless. Like, it probably was, and even that, it's just a waste of time.
It's one of those things, isn't it? I don't feel we need to. Like I said on a previous stream, this transfer is just be a speck in the history of this club. What?
I agree. Like Sauniguez.
Whether we sold here or in the summer, a year after that, no one we'd probably hardly remember he played for us when we play against him. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah.
You have a lot of high hopes for this player, Sean. I think he's fucking wonderful. I don't know about that. I'll listen. I'll eat my words if that's true.
I think Sean's being very sarcastic there.
Yeah. Maybe he is. But
can we stop that KDB and Salah situations were not the same.
They weren't the same.
KDB's the one. KDB's the one I really regret.
He's the one that got away, not Salah.
He's the one that got away. Salah wasn't. And let me just say this:
Salah was shit for us.
Liverpool fans didn't rate Salah until the season after they bought him. They were complaining about spending £37 million on Salah. They were like, what, Chelsea reject? Everyone laughed at that transfer. Not laughing now, obviously, but even Liverpool fans were like that.
Let's go to the next story. We're getting really close to the one that everyone.
Sorry, I was not angry when we sold Mount. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I wasn't angry at all.
I was glad.
I was very sad, man. I was sad.
That's
bro. You're in the wrong. Listen, you're the wrong.
Say that with a straight face.
He's a Gallagher fan.
Absolutely.
People listen. I was over the meet, man. Galadinho, man, was getting the minutes he needed, man. I was happy.
No, bun that guy. Where's he playing now? Left mid sessions.
Listen, top of the league, man. Top of the league, man. Hey, Chelsea's not top of the league.
And he's responsible for that, is he?
Listen, he's playing a part of the team. That's it, man.
When he plays,
doing a part of the team. That's it, man. That's what you need to do, man. If he was a title before Chelsea,
what was it Mourinho said? See where they play, when they play, if they play.
There we go, man. And he's playing a lot. That's what matters.
Say that. You won that debate.
I'll say this though. I will say this though. The problem with getting rid of Salah is that we brought Cuadrado in the squad, and that just didn't.
Yeah, that he wasn't a bad player, but it just didn't work out for Chelsea.
With the Schürrle, man, that was mad.
Let's go on to the next one. Before we continue on, ladies and gents, nearly 100 of you, if you could just please do me the favor of smashing that like button, as it helps out tremendously with our streams, with the channel, and just tremendously with the channel's growth. So appreciate every single one of you who have already hit that button. But for those of you who just came in from the raid or just tuned into the channel, please smash a like or subscribe. All that helps out the channel tremendously. Let's continue on. Next story we have is in regards to Ugochukwu and Santos. So a little bit of news here about these guys and seeing what we're going to do. We did touch on the Santos portion, but let's talk on Lesley. Chelsea are weighing up whether to end midfielder Lesley Ugochukwu's loan at Southampton, but they do not intend to end the Andre Santos spell at Strasbourg, according to Simon Johnson. I think there's a good chance Lesley Ugochukwu will return. It's just whether he then goes back on loan or not, which if he goes back on loan, that'd be stupid. That'd be so stupid. At this stage, I don't know. This is my honest answer according to Matt Law. And then we have here as well, Andre Santos is not expected to be recalled from his loan at Strasbourg, according to Liam Toomey of The Athletic. So pretty much confirmed Santos is not coming back.
I thought I can breeze past this one because, like, again, like, today is obviously right now it's the 10th of January in the UK. Like, it's been 10 days in the transfer window. Almost 1/3 of the window is gone. Like, these guys would have been here already.
God. When you say it like that, that's terrible.
That's kind of actually
literally, bro, it's literally 1/3 of the window's already gone. So, like, literally, like, we would have known by now if Santos was going to be here, Ilshu was going to be here. So there's no chance that's happened. So that's it, man. You're pushing.
You don't think Ugochukwu could happen though?
No, bro. It's 10th of Jan, bro. It's too.
I mean, it could. If it does, I'll be happy. My immediate question will be, why wasn't this done sooner?
The problem for me is that the club is clearly. I think the club is looking for midfield cover. That's maybe a possible signing. I could see
also,
that being the case. Yes.
Another issue I'd have as well is, at least if you brought him back on the first, you can make the argument he wasn't playing. He's now played 2 or 3 games back to back and started every single one of them and played most of the game, if not all the games.
Since Russell Martin got sacked,
since Ivan Juric came in, like, he didn't play. I think he came off the bench in the one game that their like caretaker manager had in charge, and then as soon as Juric came in, he's started every game.
Fair enough. I just want to answer Jess's comment. Big up to my boy Jess. Listen, Kvaratskhelia is an elite player. Barcola still needs to go up some levels, even though he's currently got 10 goals this season in the league. But,
I'm the only one that thinks Barcola doesn't leave, even if they get.
But listen, I'm not gonna say if Barcola is gonna stay or go. I'm just gonna say #analyzing. But the word on the street, man. The word street. Listen, when we get to Kvaratskhelia, I'll talk in it because, like, listen, the way stuff is smelling right now, he might listen. I can't believe I'm saying that the fake shit that I used to like make fun about, like, oh, but going to Chelsea, it might actually, but might be getting real. It might be getting real, bro. Listen, I'm not saying he's good or bad. Yeah, because I know me and South doesn't think he's good. A lot of people don't think he's good, but there is a realistic situation, boys. Yeah,
this is Ahmed right now.
I mean,
Ahmed, look into the camera for a second and do this favor for me, okay? Because you had the Samu Juju and all that shit.
Listen, I can't do this one. I can't do this one.
No. Don't say anything against Cravardonna. Please let him join my club. Please, I beg.
Bro,
do you care though? Who will be there?
No, don't jinx this man. Please don't.
No, but I'm just gonna ask you. Honestly, we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about Kvaratskhelia when we get there. But
really close.
We need to have an honest conversation about like some of the stuff that I'm hearing from PSG. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
I think he leaves.
I can't believe it, bro.
So here's the thing. I think part of the reason that we haven't heard anything yet about the Lesley portion of it, I think it has to do because we haven't made our first chess move. I think as soon as we've moved, listen, Okay, checkers,
Arsenal
right?
thinks
We haven't made our first move in
It's
checkers.
smart enough.
That's a
to be
checkers.
played.
No, wait. First of all, you don't have to be smart to play chess. You just have to know how to play it. All right.
Yeah, cool, we're playing
Just because
Tibby
of just.
Brother, we're a top 6 club. If you're playing chess, you have to be a grandmaster at this level, bro.
Listen.
You have to be grandmasters, bro.
No, we're not all grandmasters, unfortunately. And here's the thing. Just because I'm saying we're playing chess doesn't mean I say we're playing it well, okay? I'm just saying they're going to make the first move, and then I think once they make the first move, then the dam is going to break. The levees are going to break, and then we'll see a lot more movement.
Sorry, bro.
What I'm getting at though is that here, let's transition into this next story, because I feel like the first move that's going to happen is this one, and maybe this starts chain reaction for potentially Lesley, right? And it's Casadei to Italy. Now, I meant to talk about this last week, but a lot more has happened and developed since since last show. So first thing we got here is that Lazio, as of 3 days ago, Lazio had shown interest on Casadei. Chelsea want 15 million euros, which I believe is a loss on the initial buy of Casadei, which I believe was 20 million euros or 20 million pounds.
On the books, it's a 2-point-something million profit on the books.
Yeah, like 2.5 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It's somewhere around that region. They're making 2 million pounds.
Yeah, great. We're
man.
fucking rolling.
Listen, man. Where's my notebook?
If people didn't know this is a Chelsea channel, we're talking about football clubs. The amount of like bragging that would look like right now.
Listen, I've got my pen out. I've got my pen out, Marshall. Just bear with me 1 minute. I'm just gonna make sure.
Bear with us.
I'm penning in the 2.5 million right now. You know
Yeah, Chelsea accounting featuring.
That's not even enough. That's not even enough to buy the next 18.
Accounting Nation.
Accounting Nation. There we go, man.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
We continue on. Torino are concretely in the race for Chelsea midfielder Cesar Casadei on a permanent deal with a buyback option, according to the Marzio and Luca Bendoni. We continue on. Torino have bid £9.9 million for Casadei. The two clubs will hope to find an agreement at 12.4 million, according to the Marzio. We continue on. Torino offered £9.6 million for Casadei with a percentage of future resale. However, Chelsea's request to reach a total package of £16.6 million with a buyback option in their favor. Continuing, Casadei has already said yes to Torino and is working on a deal with Chelsea. Chelsea has rejected a £10 million bid for Casadei, and we are hoping, and they are hoping to get over £15 million, according to Ben Jacobs. Torino and Chelsea continue to find an agreement on Casadei. However, 12.4 million plus a percentage is still too high for the Italian club. Then we heard this news: Napoli are pushing very hard for Casadei as of the 7th of January, according to Sky Sports. More news on this: Napoli would like to strengthen its midfield and have now moved for Chelsea's Casadei. The player wants to return to Italy and initially gave his preference for Torino, but Antonio Conte's team have accelerated their move, according to the Marzio. The plot thickens. Hold on, I got you. So we have here Fabrizio reporting yesterday that Napoli are preparing their official bid for Chelsea's Casadei. It will be a permanent transfer, with CFC also requesting for sell-on clause as they did with Feyenoord, Torino, and two English clubs. Antonio Conte keen on bringing Casadei back to Italy. And then Torino are preparing a new bid for Casadei, including an important sell-on clause for Chelsea. Napoli are not willing to match Chelsea's conditions as they are closing in on a billing deal with Bournemouth.
That's not a bad deal, you know. By the way, Sam Billing to Napoli. Listen, I can't believe I'm hearing that 2025.
Sam?
It's not Sam Billing? Is that not
Philip?
Philip Billing. Sorry, my apologies. Wrong person. I think about someone else. Maybe like oh shit, that's a guy at work.
What are you thinking about?
This guy.
I'm so good.
Big up Sam Billing from Ahmed's Job. Big up.
No, but on a serious note, obviously. Listen, I can't believe. I'm hearing that sort of transfer now. But I'm not saying that he's a bad player or anything like that. I'm surprised that that's the type of guy that Napoli would go for. But at the end of the day, man, he was a quality player when it was him and what's it called, Solanke, when he was at the cam, and then Solanke was like he was behind Solanke.
I got a few more here. Torino are preparing a new bid for Casadei, including an important sell-on clause for Chelsea. Napoli are not willing to match Chelsea's conditions. And then I think lastly here,
same thing, bro.
pretty much. And this just came out an hour ago. Torino have a new offer ready for Chelsea regarding Casadei. So we might hear something in regards to Casadei very, very soon. So I didn't mean to turn that off. God damn it. Oh well.
But Marshall, what's 2.5 million gonna change in the game, bro? What is 2.5 million plus in the boot?
I don't know, man.
What's that? How much of a needle mover is that gonna unlock?
No,
I'm
gonna make a joke 1 second here. Is it gonna unlock the 63.5 million kitty to become 65 million now? That 2.5 million, is that gonna get us?
It's money, man.
Is that it?
It's ridiculous, bro. I mean, listen. To be fair, I think I don't mind Casadei going. Obviously, I do think it should be. We should definitely consider a sell-on clause or some type of buyback, because I do think that there is a talented player there that, it won't happen at Chelsea because he's not going to get game time. But he's also not playing his position. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed to see the numbers that we're getting for him. I could have thought maybe.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not saying surprised. I'm just disappointed because we could have definitely flipped him for more.
No, we couldn't.
Why?
Because
not in his current state, but that's because we didn't.
No, but I mean, like, well, hold on. I meant that in terms of like, had we not canceled his loan last season for whatever stupid reason, that was dumb. But he was starting to get minutes. He was starting to get minutes.
Yes, he was. No, he was playing. He was there.
Yeah.
No, he was there. He was their first choice midfielder off the bench. Before he came back. He played 1,100 minutes.
Oh, fair enough.
We recalled him. We recalled him and gave him 100 minutes, like something like 100 minutes across 3 months.
Terrible,
yeah.
Man. Well, you know what the issue is, boys. Yeah,
we stagnated the growth. Yeah.
Like I feel like I worry about Casadei in the sense that he could be a very logical example of what happens when we don't have that many. What happens if we don't obviously do the loan thing properly, or have more multi-club models where we can send them to other places where they can develop, right? And then we're basically selling these guys for profit on the books rather than actual getting the money back on him, right? And so, listen, you look at the interim, it's obviously not a good team. Torino, the mid-table side, final one. There's 2 other English clubs that they mentioned that we don't know about. But this guy is definitely a talented guy. Like the fact that a lot of clubs in for him should show you that. It's just that I feel like we have failed him on our part, and I do worry.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and my worry is I don't want us to fail more players like him in the future when we keep on doing these type of signings.
We will. Unfortunately, we will.
We've done it before. We'll keep doing it. We've done it before.
But not on this level. Yeah.
No, we have, and we will keep doing it. Like,
I'm not saying we should try to reduce it. We should try to at least.
On this level, we've done it at KDB. We just talked about it like 10 minutes
KDH.
ago.
Also, Ahmed, we've done it with these owners at these clubs. Like, look at the amount of players we're trying to get rid of that we've bought in that we can't get rid of. So we're like, bro, David Datcher is another.
Oh, that's true. But Scott, I was going to say, don't you think we've done it in such a stupid level though? Like to cancel a player's loan when he's trying to get minutes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, bro, the way we've gone about with a bunch of these guys. But like, you look at the success stories. Obviously, there's not been many, but like Hutchinson was a success story. Why? Because you gave him a loan that was a great loan at a team that made sense, at a level that made sense, and instead of cancelling it halfway through the season, like he had one season where he was in and around the squad, but it was in a time where like he could afford to be in and around the squad, and he was still, it was valuable for him. Then went out on loan to a championship club that were towards the top end of the championship. You didn't expect them to get promoted necessarily, but they were at the top end of the championship.
Vital member as well.
And it made sense. Yeah, and it made sense. So he got the £20 million move. But you look at the other ones we've done. We got Diego Moreira on a free. Fair enough, we made a bit of profit, but it was to our own club.
A bit.
We did nothing with him. We sent him on one loan to Lyon where he barely played. When he did play, he sucked because it was a club in a complete mess of a club at the time. It kind of still is, but it was even worse. Like on the pitch, it was a mess. The Angelo one was good in terms of we sent him on a good loan, but we made 6 mil, which is decent, but like ultimately isn't amazing.
Shout
and
out
then we're
Dixie,
about to do this Casadei, and then we're about to do this Casadei one where we make 2. Technically, we broke even on what we paid for him, but on the books we made 2 million or whatever the fuck it is. And so like the whole point of what we're doing is meant to be buying and flipping these guys. Bro, we're doing a piss poor job of doing that. We're not developing them. We're barely flipping them.
Well, let me ask you guys something.
And by the way, another thing that just quickly, March, before you go, like, it's not even just that. The whole thing around Casadei as well that like makes me nervous going forward. It's just the way it was reported when we bought him and how he was hyped and everything.
Yeah,
like we've signed the best academy player in Italy.
Like
we signed Inter Milan.
He sounded like an signing.
Yeah, we signed Inter Milan's best academy player. He came literally, and then the next summer, I think this was after he was on loan at Reading, or before he went on loan to Reading, he won the best player award at the under-21s World Cup.
Yeah,
or the under-20s
that's
World
why
Cup, whatever it was.
I was excited
and now we're
to see
selling
the
it
player.
for 15 million or 12 million, whatever the fuck it is.
This is just like, I guess, food for thought. I mean, it could be right, it could be, I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking like, do you guys, because I agree with what Scott's saying, the way we're flipping these players doesn't make sense to me, especially like with the ones that do seem to be developing and getting, like Angelo was well on his way to improving as a player. Like I think there was progress being made with his progress, his development. I think with Casadei too, like we're seeing like, okay, there's a player there. He just, needs to play somewhere where he can probably play in an attacking position like he's supposed to, or just get more consistent minutes and more competitive minutes at that. The fact that we're flipping him now for what, 2 doesn't to me doesn't make sense, because it doesn't maximize your profits. So I'm thinking real quick, what I'm thinking is like, what if the reason behind it is that because we don't have Champions League football, there's a certain amount of money that we're not making that doesn't allow us to be patient with the development of these players so that we can actually flip it for a reasonable amount of profit.
No, but Marshall, do you know why that doesn't run? It's because we've got a money factory. We have a literal money factory in our academy. Like, I had this conversation with Alex on Lewis's channel the other day. I don't rate our academy in terms of quality, in terms of top level, but in terms of quality and quantity at like a Premier League Championship level for most clubs, we have the best academy in England, arguably one of the best in the world. Like, bro, I just talked about him. We sold a guy for 6 mil to Leicester who played all of 10 minutes in one cup game for 6 mil. We just sold Lewis Hall off the back of like half a dozen games for us for 28 mil.
Bro, Livramento, bro, played the game for us, by the way, and he's got sold for 18 million.
I don't think he played any games for us, actually, by the way. I don't think he played any games.
Guehi was one that didn't play like any games.
Guehi came off a great loan. He came off a great loan at Swansea in the Championship, and we sold him for money. But it's like, this is the thing. It's like, we have a money machine, a money factory behind us. So that's why I'm telling you, like, when we're buying Casadei for 15 million and selling him for 15 million, that doesn't move me, because we can make that 15 million off of selling one Cobham player, and it's cool. We made 15 million there on the book. Like, you don't need to buy Casadei. Like, I worked it out the other day. It's like we spent like 60 something million on Casadei, Kellyman, and one other player, like one other youth player that's basically never played for us or will do nothing for us. And it was like, if you don't buy those guys, that's 64 million you can go and spend on a proper player. And like, I see a couple of people in the chat talking about, oh, this is Chelsea's DNA. No, it isn't. Because when we were doing this under Roman, no one gave a shit because we were buying the best of the best. Like, no one gave a shit that Danilo Pantic was bought, spent went out on 6 loans, and then we let him go on a free back to the club. No one gave a shit. Exactly. No one gave a shit because we were buying Kante, and we were buying Drogba, and we were buying Mata, and we were buying even the Schürrles, and we were buying all these guys. No one cared. But we're buying these guys like Casadei, and they're being part of our squad, and they're being touted as they're going to be part of the future, and then we're selling them for literal pennies compared to what we bought them for. And this is the model, by the way. Under Roman, it wasn't the model of like, you go and buy these kids, and then, bro, it was just, if one gets good, they get good. That's cool, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because you're still going to buy the best of the best.
Well, Man City have been doing the last couple of years, just selling off their...
and Man City, look at what Man City do. Man City have L's. I don't care about L's. I care about how many L's we're getting in comparison to wins.
Loads of L's in the transfer.
Yeah, but they also have they do, but they also have a bunch of wins as well.
Oh, yeah. But
and that's the thing is, like,
I still think he's only being sold because of the loan. We've got limited loans. Do you know what I mean? I still believe if the loan system was as it was, where we could loan about 38 people at one time, he'd be out on loan somewhere. I truly believe that. He wouldn't be sold. He'd be out on loan somewhere.
You know, there's another one that we don't talk about a lot. Yeah, what's his name? What's the striker, Brazilian striker kid?
Washington.
Yeah, that's because that's
that we paid 18 million or whatever it was for.
That brother, bro. All I hear about him is that he's a PO2 legend and stuff like that, bro.
But he's Ahmed. He's another one, bro. Bro, remember when I talked? Bro, I talked about this last season in the Premier League 2. I think we had 5 strikers in our Premier League 2 team.
Yes,
and he was one of 5. And it's like, I like Washington could become great, but you've got other guys in the academy who you could sell. Like, say we sell Washington for 15 million, you could sell an academy striker for that.
But you just brought him up, Dave Washington, right? He should be getting Mark Guehi's minutes in the Conference League this season. We didn't need to sign Mark Guehi. Yeah, we didn't need to sign him. That should be David Washington's minutes if he stayed. Well, he has stayed, but stuff like that. But we probably weren't going to give him that because we signed Mark Guehi. We tried to sell him in the summer anyway, didn't we? We tried to sell him to Strasbourg, and everyone's going, nah. We know what you're doing here. We don't like this. We don't like the look of that deal. That's a bit dodgy. And the transfer was stopped.
Yeah.
Hang on. What do you mean why was Mark Guehi 6 million a deal you can't miss on? What am I missing?
Dark. How do you know David Washington is mid? I don't know if he's mid. I've never seen.
He might be mid. If he's mid, I'm questioning why the fuck we bought him.
No, that's the problem.
I don't even see this guy play. Like, I don't know if he's mid, if he's bad, if he's good, if he's sensational, if he's trash.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is this, just like KDH, as Casadei hits it off, and I'm glad they are negotiating whether it's a first reviews or a buyback thing. That's what I want. I don't mind whoever leaves. I don't really care, But if you rate them and think they're going to do something in the future, then put a buyback or a first refusal in the contracts. Then I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? I'm fine with it. Then it's up to you whether you do it. But going back to the loan thing, it's fascinating because Santos, the loan at Strasbourg has worked out for Santos. But if you remember, that's the previous summer we sent him to Forest for the start of the season.
Yeah.
and then they bought 18 more midfielders. That summer he got lost down the shuffle. That's why you have to be. That's why they want the multi-club model, because they know if they send them to these other clubs that we own, they're going to get more game time. If you send them to somewhere like a Forest, like it was, you're not guaranteed. That's why there was an urban legend of the Roman, where the club kept whatever it was, electronic or a black book, and names of the clubs that they didn't want to loan players to if they didn't work out previously, if their players weren't played, so they would never loan them or sell it to them again if they didn't work out for their players. But you have to be so precise. That's why the multi-club model works. That's why they want to probably get one in South America, so they can just hoard all the players in South America in that one club, or shipping them over.
In an ideal world, you want it set up in that way, but I feel like we're running before we can even like crawl when it comes to like these use something, which we spoke about this like vehemently, obviously.
I just wouldn't pay much mind to it. Essentially, Casadei leaves. He wasn't getting minutes anyway, apart from Conference League.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, again, one of those, like, I mean, listen, I'd be naive to think that every single signing is going to work out at Chelsea, right? Like, I'd be naive to think. And I'd be naive to think that every single one, we're going to have it done perfectly, and we're going to give them the right loans, and they're all going to develop in an ideal world. And obviously, we're going to fuck up on some. But it's kind of like what Scott said. I feel like we're taking more L's than...
Marshall, we got the English Messi in our youth system anyway, so don't worry, we got that guy coming from you.
I don't know if you heard, man. We got
the
real.
That's the thing. Like, if we start making some wins, I won't really care. But like, bro, we've made one win, which was Hutchinson. That's great. But every other dude we're trying to flip, it's like we're just having no success. Like, no success.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully the next one is Santos. But yeah, time will tell. with
No,
that
we don't
one.
want to flip him.
What?
No.
What?
Oh, in terms of okay, I thought. Wait, hold
No.
on, hold on. Hey,
No.
hold.
But I said,
Okay.
bro, Ahmed had some weird thing, by the way, that he said, like, when it came to Mainoo, like, I'm glad he's not, but he was like, oh, if we sign Mainoo, I could see Santos getting sacked. Getting told. If Santos ever leaves this football club, if he
Bro,
ever leaves this football club,
that bridge.
I'm done. I'm done with these. I'm done with
I
these.
will ask you the same question I asked you in that
Don't
group chat.
worry.
We'll talk to Mainoo. We'll talk about
Okay.
Mainoo. We're
I'll
very
stop.
close.
I'll stop.
You know, we're close. We're close. It's two.
I don't know why you can't have both.
Listen, yeah, we'll discuss. When I said
Nabia can't stay fit.
when I said another W for Santos, I meant in terms of like a good player that either we sell for a good amount of money or works out for Chelsea.
No,
Like
no,
that.
Marshall, money hungry, bro. Are you getting a
But
commission?
I want him at Chelsea.
Are you getting a commission off the deal, Marshall? Like, let us know, bro. Like, are you getting a commission?
I mean,
Ahmed, do you know how you'll know,
Chelsea.
Ahmed?
Ben Jacobs.
You know how you'll
Other
know?
reps.
In our group chat, it will say Casually FC is less Casually FC group chat on X. That's what it will say.
Okay, let's go to the next story, which actually kind of leads us from what we're talking about with Casadei and Napoli, which is what I think could potentially happen.
Billy Gilmore
Maybe.
return?
Is billing
Bring
been
him back.
confirmed? Like
Yes, here we go already.
Yes,
Here we go.
it's a loan with an option to buy.
okay. Do you guys? Okay,
That's
well,
such
I'll
a
ask the
pace and
question.
Power signing. That's such a pace and power signing I've ever seen.
Yeah, of course it is. Are you surprised, bro? He plays Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmore in midfield.
And he plays in Greaser as well.
Yeah, and Lobotka, bro. Like, it's just.
He loves the Premier League, bro. He loves the Premier League.
Let's read about it. So Kvaratskhelia, Kvaratskhelia has definitely opened doors to January exit. PSG on it. Paris Saint-Germain favorites and in direct contact with Napoli as revealed today. Package around 80 million euros discussed while Kvara's camp is in talks with PSG over personal terms, progressing well. We also have here Chelsea and Newcastle United could join PSG in the race to sign Kvaratskhelia from Napoli to this January transfer window. Kvara wants to join PSG, but could be open to a Premier League move if a club moves. PSG want to include a player in the deal and are actively negotiating ahead of everyone else at this stage. And this is coming from the Byline podcast. We continue. Chelsea, one of the clubs interested in Kvaratskhelia, including Liverpool as well. PSG is interested, according to David Ornstein. So actual genuine interest right there.
There's one more. The latest Fabrizio one, because that's actually really big. You should actually probably put that one out as well.
Okay, I'll find it in a minute if I don't have it. Liverpool could consider move to sign Cravadona if he leaves Napoli in January. LFC not actively seeking winger, but admire the 23-year-old. Alert to the situation. Plus, may contend if the market. It becomes a market opportunity. PSG, CFC also among interested clubs. Chelsea have not approached Napoli or Kvara, according to the byline.
Yet.
And
that's the one. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah. It was back there. Yeah, he said yet as well. And then Fabrizio has it right here. Napoli's formal request for... Is this the one you were talking about, Ahmed?
That's the latest one.
Okay. Napoli's formal request for Kvaratskhelia remains around 80 million euros package. Direct negotiations with Paris Saint-Germain are ongoing as revealed today. Talks underway. Kvaratskelia's camp discussing terms with PSG as they're offering over 4 times his current salary. Oh my God! Wow.
No. That's a red herring. Shall I tell you why that's a red herring? He's only on 30k per week.
Yeah, he's only on 32k.
Okay.
I just checked.
Never mind.
So before Chelsea fans go, we're not going to pay my wage structure. He doesn't hit the limit of the wage structure.
3 times will be 120,000.
All right. So I know Curry wants to go. Let's give Curry the floor.
Yeah, go ahead, Curry. And Curry, I was also going to say, do you think it's too late to include Cassidy in the deal?
No, that's what I'm saying. If we can even get 15 to 20k a million for Cassidy, and then get Kvaratskhelia for 70 million pounds, because that's 80 million euros. I will lose my shit. He's a goal scorer. He's a playmaker. He's everything. He's everything we need on that left-hand side. If we're serious about challenging for the league next season, attacking-wise, he fixes the left wing is done. We don't have to worry about the left wing because we've got Sancho and Kvaratskhelia. We don't even need to worry about that shit. We can get a backup striker if we want, or a main striker, whatever we want to do. But I don't have to worry about the left side for the next 10 years because that man's only 24 in Feb.
You're younger than Sancho.
Yeah, he's younger than Sancho.
Here's the thing. PSG are also not, for anyone who says anything, PSG are not going to pay, are trying not to pay Napoli straight cash for this dude. They're offering Skriniar as part of this. Problem is, Napoli don't want to pay Skriniar's wages or get anywhere near that. So the thing, if you wanted to do Casadei's not going to ask for that much wages at this time. Do you know what I mean? At all. If you wanted to, then withdraw the buyback option or something that for Kvaratskhelia, then I'd sacrifice the buyback option if Kvaratskhelia is an option. I don't think he is an option. I think we're going to get him. This is a pipe dream, I think, until that. But that would show us. It would be, he fits it, but he does fit into
everything,
and his wages. If the people are going about his wages, even if you could offer him 5 times as much as worth, but still 150. You could offer him 6 times as much, still 180. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'd be. I agree. He'd be the one signing they've done so far that shows me they're serious about what they want to do going forward. So far, I'm yet to be convinced.
And he's the winger because let's face it, right? Most of our wingers are creative wingers, right? If we're being right, this guy shoots on sight. Yeah, he's the one. He's the type of player I think that you need in the front three when one of your wingers has to be a goal scorer as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's that type of goal scorer. Now I saw a stat going that he's only completed like 26.4% of his dribbles this season or something. I don't really care.
He is RSM.
You know what I mean? So he just fits. He is the legit.
He's 23.
He's a legitimate prototype of what they've sold us.
Yep.
He is a superstar. He's the thing where that bit where they say in every transfer window, oh, they're not looking to do anything, but something extraordinary happens or appears to offer. This is it. Don't go to PSG.
This would be the opportunistic signing as well.
I'd say to him, don't go to PSG. Okay, they're in the Champions League this season. Can he even play in the Champions League? Napoli, if he's already played for Napoli in the Champions League, I don't think he can he? Well, Napoli aren't in it.
No, they're not. They're in the trimester group.
Right. So, but the thing is this: what?
Trimester, like 3 things: Super Cup, the Italian, obviously Serie A, and then one more thing, right?
I said I in the Champions League.
I wasn't including that one. I wasn't including them.
Oh, right. Okay.
I started using like birth terms. I was
using birth terms.
You
got
that wasted trimester. I was like,
you're
what?
on to drop or something.
No kids yet. Touch wood.
Wait, Napoli are not.
Again, why are you touching your wood again, Ahmed? That's weird.
Hey, yo.
What the hell?
Oh my! Touch wood. It's like a saying, bro.
I know, you know I know this, right? I'm taking the piss.
I know. Sorry.
Surfer, they're not in Napoli or not.
They're not in Europe. Yeah, Jez confirmed it for me.
Yeah,
so he's the player that they talk about. He is the game changer. He is
100%.
And I listen. He's a great option to have. What's happened to Sancho? I couldn't care less. Sancho would be part of the squad. He could play the right, or we could play the 10 if Nkunku goes or something like that. Do you know what I mean? This guy is a game changer. And you right now, he is a game changer. Absolutely. If there's any inkling, because I don't think Liverpool will go for him. I've got to tell you right now, I don't think Liverpool are spending until next summer. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I take this guy. Listeners going to show you. I take this guy over Osimhen. If given the choice between the two, I take this guy over Osimhen. I
think you can get both. To be fair,
well, that's fine. But if, you know those stupid questions that we get all the time. Go, who would you take rather? If someone told me that, I'd take him. I'd take him. And I think 60 odd millions. That's cheap. It's cheap.
It's 70 million for him.
It's cheap.
Yeah. You know. Listen, man.
Here we go.
This guy definitely, whether it's a game changer, you know what I mean. Kvaratskhelia, obviously, he's probably one of my favorite left wingers. There's no denying that. He's a no-brainer in my personal opinion. But the Vision Nation has to wonder:
Mm.
is it knowing the way that our club works? Is this still gonna happen?
No, probably not.
Okay, Ahmed, can I ask you why you think that? Because we have potentially in the past paid a lot of money for young potential with low wages. We paid the.
Is this guy? But would you consider? I think the question I would ask, and I'll hit back at you at, is Kvaratskhelia potential? I don't think it's potential because, like, I feel like this guy is already beginning to reach the heights. Like, I think that's where I would see the differences in regard to some of the other transfers we've done. In my personal opinion, like, this guy is really reaching those levels. Like,
Sorry, did he cut out a lot there for you guys?
Yeah, no, bro.
microphone.
What is going on with your mic?
What's going on with your mic, man?
It likes to. You need to. You know what you need to do, Ahmed? You need to actually go back to these streams and actually see what happens to your mic so that you can actually understand what's
I
going
think
on.
I know what
and
the
then
issue
adjust
is now because it
You
keeps.
say that all the time.
Oh no!
You keep
You know, I
saying
can hear my hair. I can hear my ding. So something's going in and out. So there's something not in properly.
What's the noise?
Oh,
Hey,
well,
yo.
that might be it.
Hey, yo.
Also, ayo.
Yo.
Man's talking about his wood
Even
and
the
things
chat's
going in
saying
and
it.
out. Like, are you okay, Ahmed?
Oh my days.
No, but
Well,
I just,
while
I
I'm
just
fixing
think
up this
if there's
mic,
any,
go ahead.
if there's any chance, I don't reckon I don't reckon we're going to sign him. But if
Yeah,
there's
I don't
any
think it's
chance,
enough, unfortunately. It'd be great.
let's go for that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think we're the only English club that can sign him.
there is a chance, but I don't think it's a big one. With the whole, having Casadei and Napoli, I know Napoli want the player. They may have, got the billing thing situated, but I think they still have a desire for the player. There could be something there, but
if he
I
doesn't
doubt it.
sign for Napoli, I'd still go for him. If it's 60 odd million for Kvaratskhelia when it was great, like double that 6 months to 18 months a year ago, fuck, I'm buying that. I'm telling that. You know what I mean?
No,
Don't
100%.
go to PSG. No one watches that league. Do you know what I mean? No one watches that league.
I would sell them on. Hey, we win the Champions League when no one expects us to. At least we've won this league, the Champions League. No one thought we were going to win in 2021. No one thought we were going to win in 2011. PSG have been buying the best players in the world and been flopping.
I'll do this. Yeah, you're going to go play with Dembele and Barcola. Bro, I've got Palmer and Sancho here if you want to play with these guys right here. You want to play with these guys? You're going to play with those guys. Oh, by the way, we'll offer you the same wages, a little bit more as well. You know this? And you're coming to the greatest league, the most watched league in the world right now. We're on the PSG are stagnating. They might be sold. Do you know what I mean? Here. And I think he helps Jackson out as well.
A lot.
Another goal scoring threat. We don't have a lot of goal scoring threats. Like most teams don't have a lot of goal scoring threats. We'd have another goal scoring threat. Take the pressure, some of the pressure off of Jackson and Palmer to always score. Got another one up there. At least they've got 3 people to watch now who are goal threats instead of 2. Instead of 2 and another 2 who are creators, which I don't mind, but I want another goal threat.
Yep.
I agree.
I get your point on he doesn't totally fit because we like potential, isn't it? That he's arrived and he has potential to be even better when he reaches his prime. Isn't it like that? It's kind of like Hazard, but it's like getting a Hazard who's arrived in Lille and then has potential to get better.
Let me just say this right now, right? Sancho's not touchline winger. He plays.
Yeah, he's not. That's what I was going to say.
He's not a touchline winger.
He plays on
Felix
that
has
side.
played on the left. He's played Felix on the left, not a touchline winger. You know what I mean?
I think he's adaptable. And I think
Yeah,
that
this whole
touchline winger
touchline
thing
winger
just
thing-
happens to be what happened at Leicester.
Yeah,
That's about it. That's just it's what he had at his disposal. That's why people think that. But another player also that could be a bargaining chip, maybe. And we're not obviously. I'm not moving on from the Napoli topic because we have another link here too. That
Can you hear me properly now?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Unfortunately, yes.
Lovely. Okay.
Here's another one.
Can I finish?
Well, let me
Yes, I didn't know what you
let me
said,
also
yeah.
loop in this one because we're not done with this topic. Veiga is another one that was also linked with a move.
He's not happening now either, by the way.
So Fabrizio saying here, Napoli could be showing interest in Chelsea defender Renato Veiga as an option for January window on loan. There are more clubs interested, but still unclear whether Chelsea can let him go playing more or not. Maresca sees Veiga as an important player. Go ahead, Ahmed.
So I actually want to talk a bit about Veiga first because
he's an important player. He doesn't play.
I know.
I don't know if so. Basically, S.I. Phillips, you know who that guy is, right? Right. So Simon Phillips, yeah. He basically released a report that Chelsea are trying to get now trying to get Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes,
bro. Yes. Remember the guy that I was talking about? That I think it was Javon. Javon was crashing on me saying, "Do we need him?" and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did he?
Remember? Yes, because he was on the stream, bro. Remember when I was?
I was here. I didn't know.
Yes, it was about when I had United again. I was like, oh, they want United to get him and everything like that because I was like, this guy's really good quality guy. He's very injury prone, but he's definitely someone that can invert, can do a job fast in the team, etc., etc. And lo and behold,
Nuno Mendes from PSG, it's Portuguese left back.
And lo and behold, yeah. I don't know what's going on with me, man, and my predictions, bro. This season is
100 times better than Cucurella. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Who said that? Who said that he's better than Cucurella?
The guy who hits on the chat.
Okay, listen, see, Bridge Nate. Listen, I think he still needs to develop. I think my issue is,
he needs to develop how to not be injured all the time.
Yeah,
this season actually not been injured. I'll be honest.
I'm sorry.
This season, last season.
No, didn't he play 6? He played 6 games, didn't he, last season or something?
I don't know, maybe, but I think he's been getting a lot more this season. He's actually been fit. Yeah.
Wow.
But the problem with him is that obviously he's quite injury prone, as Jez is saying. But this for me, the fact we're talking to guys like him is a sign that Veiga's.
Yeah, he played 6 games last year.
Yeah, I think Veiga is on his way to getting a loan deal.
No, he can't get a loan deal. He can't get an international loan deal. We'd have to take one of them back.
But if we sell him, if we sell him after 6 months, bro, that's another indictment, bro. What's the point of him being here for 6 months, bro?
Yeah. The only thing is with him is you will make a good profit because of
you will make because he's actually good.
Yeah.
That's
and also what you paid. If we don't make a good profit on compared to what we bought him for, it's embarrassing. But
even if you
just another indictment of them doing a piss poor job of squad building.
No, hang on. No. This one I don't put on them. This is on Maresca. That's why I laughed at the bit where he said Maresca sees Veiga as an important player. Sure, he doesn't play him, but he sees him as an important player. That's on Maresca. Veiga goes right there. That's not on the sporting director.
The only reason why I put it on the sporting director as well, because I do agree with you, is on Maresca. The reason I put it on both of them is because Maresca kind of suddenly come to this conclusion that he's not good enough or you can't trust him. He can't suddenly just come to that conclusion now.
Okay, no, I understand.
If he must have thought that at least a bit at the start of the season, which if that was the case, why was he even involved? And it's the same reason, it's the same issue I have with the Felix thing of it's not a indictment on these guys as players. It's a case of why are you getting this manager these players and then forcing him to use these players? And he doesn't want to use these players because he doesn't trust. It doesn't work because we're getting to a point where these guys aren't playing.
But that's the problem. That's the problem with when you buy players for the team and not for a manager, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. Where it should be. Where I don't think a manager should have all the say because I just don't think that's right as well. But there should be some cohesion in terms of conversation going, well, does this guy's profile suit your squad? Do you see him working out? Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because I think he's very useful. And that's why I was a bit pissed at Maresca. Not utilising him, especially away at Ipswich. I'm not saying he has to play in every game. No, by all means, no. But he can be used in certain fixtures.
Could have helped us in the middle.
And it says a lot that... And I say it says a lot that we've had times this season he could play, and he's either played Colwell at left back or he's played a right back at left back. Yeah. No, he's played a right back at left back.
And even and the thing about this guy could have helped us.
Doing the same thing.
Is it in and out? I think
No, it's because Ahmed. We talked about this. It's directional. You need to speak into it when you turn your head away.
Okay, let
You
me
need to speak into the microphone.
Yeah, because you go like this, and then you go.
And then he turns.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it good now when I'm speaking like this?
You have to speak in the general direction of it. That's
So
what it is,
essentially, what I would say is that I think a big problem with Renato Veiga is that he could have helped us specifically when it came to the midfield situation, right? In the sense that as many of us,
No, I don't know. Sorry, it went out again. No, it's not. I don't know what it is now. It went out.
You know, Ahmed, check your StreamYard. We're finally getting to the bottom of this because it's happened to me recently. Ahmed, check your StreamYard settings, and if you have echo cancellation on, take it off. I think that's what it is. So go ahead and do that, and we'll test.
Now. How does that sound now?
Well,
sound a little lower,
continue,
but that might be the issue. Go ahead and discuss your discussion.
Adjust your mic volume up a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Ahmed, you're gonna owe me a transfer fee of 50 million euros after this one.
Holy snap! No, but I think the issue I've always had is that with Renato Veiga himself specifically, he could have helped us in midfield, bro. Caicedo tired. Who's the other one? Enzo's looked tired at times, bro. Not even been in there at all.
Right? Yeah.
We could have at least put Cole right centre back for a game or two. Yeah, and had him play left centre back for a game or two, just in case, like in some games, if we needed to, because he can play that position.
Even if you were going to let him go in January, you still could have used him up to the point of January to rotate a bit more. You know, even if you weren't. My point is this: if you get rid of Veiga, that's another midfield option got. You know what I mean? So it's
and also, if you get rid of Veiga, that's another player you have to buy. Like we're already seeing, we have to buy like 3 or 4 players this window. If you get rid of Veiga, you need to buy another left back.
Yes,
that's
which is and not an injury-prone one like Nuno Mendes is or Mensch.
Yeah, but also it has to be one that fits the system. No.
Oh, sorry.
I'll say it just has to be one that fits the system as well. Like the thing with Nuno Mendes, most of what I see of him, like when he plays for Portugal, he's overlapping. When I've seen him play for PSG, he's overlapping. When I've seen him play for Sporting, I swear he was wing back, so he was overlapping. Like this guy isn't an inverting wing back. Yeah. So unless you're going to get someone of a different profile, which the only reason you do that is to have the winger play further inside as the 10, which to me makes no sense. Especially like unless you're going to play Sancho on the wing all the time, then it kind of makes sense. But even so, not really.
Right.
It also then or you're playing Felix on the wing full time, which great. See, like it needs to be another guy that's going to be able to invert or play in the back line as a 3. And all the guys we're looking at, like Dorgu isn't that, Mendes isn't that. Those are the 2 main guys I know we're looking at. It's like
I think my issue right now is what are we scouting, and then what's going on with the managerial wise to make stuff happen. That there's like a clear disconnect as to what's going on there, in my personal opinion. And like for me, you know, I look at guys signings like Veiga, Kiernan Dewsbury, who else is possibly leaving? Casadei, guys that the gaffer himself has said I wanted them to stay to help me out, and then has not started them at all. What does that say about what the gaffer is doing himself then?
No, what it says is that he doesn't fancy them. He's looked at them in training. He looks at them in training. They're not picking up or understanding what he wants them to do. You know, even if we think, and he should play him. Maybe he's thinking, no, I don't trust. I don't trust that. It can just be simple. I don't trust him to do a job in this type of game. Trust him in the Conference League, no problem, because it's trash. You know what I mean? It's trash opponents.
100%.
But in like big important games, like even did Veiga start at Southampton?
No,
actually.
But remember with Veiga, he also was. Remember him and Mudryk were turfed out the squad for the Fulham game. As well.
That was Fulham though. After that, Mudryk.
That was like 4 or 5 games after though. That's the thing.
He hasn't. No, but he hasn't played or even come on. Do you know what I mean? Since. That's the point. Yeah. So, listen, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with your manager willing to keep certain players to take a look at them, no problem. But if he doesn't fancy him, he doesn't fancy him, and I have no problem. I've got no problem with that. Okay. My problem is, who are you bringing in? I would bring in. Listen, this might sound crazy, but only for an option to buy an obligation. I'm going to Juventus and I'm trying to sign Douglas Luiz for the second. Wow. I'm just trying. You know, no obligation. just put an option. We won't take up the option, but you know what I mean. Maybe that's why we're linked to Mainoo all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Because we're getting rid of all these midfielders. You know what I mean?
I am glad you brought that up because that takes me.
Santos is on the way out.
This brings me to the next.
Your mic went off again. We don't repeat it, but we don't need to hear it.
The next topic we have is this, right? The Mainoo To Chelsea, which came out of left field. I think all of us know what this really is, but let's discuss it because it is news regardless.
Right.
Chelsea are ready to make a move as early as this month for Kobbie Mainoo if they receive encouragement from the player, according to Chard Dunker, Time Sport, so on and so forth. There's more links here. Mail exclusive. Chelsea are leading the race to sign Kobbie Mainoo should he leave Manchester United. Continuing on, Simon Johnson reporting Chelsea hold Mainoo in high regard at Stamford Bridge and is on a list of possible transfer targets, but it is no more than that right now. Continuing on, CFC Central here saying, saved you a click, just agents trying to get their undervalued client a massive deal. And this is obviously the headline. Sign of the times. Man United are struggling to tie Alejandro Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo down to new contracts, which I'm inclined to believe because we have this information here from Chris Wheeler. Mainoo and Manchester United are far apart in negotiations with Mainoo wanting around £200 a week. 200,000 pounds a week, sorry. United may decide it's better to cash in now or the summer. Chelsea leading the race. Sam C reporting here, there have been brief discussions between Kobbie Mainoo's agent and Chelsea, but no significant progress has been made at this stage, I understand. Meanwhile, Manchester United are actively working on securing a new contract for him. It's clear to all involved that Kobbie would prefer to remain at Manchester United, and Ruben Amorim loves the player. Told United's main priority has been on a renewal for Amad Diallo, which has been done today. Once done, it's then expected United will advance forward for Kobbie's renewal. We continue on. Simon Phillips apparently saying here that the interest is legit. Agent contact United is still trying to agree a new contract with him. Chelsea just informed them of our interest. And then lastly here from Matt Law, Kobbie Mainoo, it's true to say Chelsea like him, but are way off anything happening there. He's on a list, but he's not available. There has been no conversations or discussions on him. I think he will probably end up signing a new deal at United, and I'm inclined to believe that as well. We're just being used as a tool. But, I mean, do we even have room for the guy? I feel like he's just squad depth, if anything.
No.
Where does he fit, bro? Where does he fit, big man? Where does he fit?
I think he would just be like a backup for Enzo, really. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's not creative enough to be a 10.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
He's an Enzo 8. That's what he is.
No, he's Kovacic. We don't need a Kovacic in our team right now.
He's not a Kovacic.
He's a better shooting Kovacic.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. He's a ball carrier. He's not good at defending. He doesn't make line breaking passes.
No. Let's put this fair. I don't know what Kobbie Mainoo is. So I'll tell you why I don't know what Kobbie Mainoo is. Because he's been coached by Ten Hag last year. I don't know what he is, but also he doesn't fit an Amorim. He doesn't fit an Amorim team. Okay, I'm playing. He won't be in the pivot, and he's not going to be up there as a 10. These Man United fans that have called him a 10, I don't see him as a 10 at all.
The thing is, he's more of a 10 in their system than he is a 6. But right,
but I don't think he's going to ever play there. That's the thing. That's the thing I'm getting from Amorim, that he doesn't see him up there as a 10. But listen, this isn't at the expense of Santos. This isn't a Santos and Mainoo thing.
Mm-hmm.
The issue I have is this.
I hope not.
For me, it's still like I said, I have no idea what this guy is or what they're going to try and turn him into. Okay,
Exactly.
Because that's my problem with it's too many projects. All right, you know what I mean? It's like too 100%. Many projects. I think he'll be a good player. Maybe a great player. At the moment, he's got potentially be a good player. But the problem is, the problem is I don't. It's another project for me. Do you know what I mean? I've got too many projects.
You know what it is, we need some finished articles now. You know what I mean? We need
Well,
some guys.
that's why I said Douglas Luiz. Just bring Douglas Luiz online.
We literally need guys with MOs now, man. You know what I mean? We don't need guys that are starting their career. You know what I mean?
Douglas Luiz could play.
No, we need more projects, bro. These club lock.
Douglas Luiz.
Bro, man, listen, bro. We've got project striker, project winger, project midfielder, project centre back. You know what I mean? Project DK or Robert Sanchez as well. You know what I mean, guys? Too many projects, man. Sometimes very easy.
He's 27, 26, and he's a project coach.
You know what I mean, bro? Too many projects going on, bro. Like, listen, man. Listen, as a guy that does projects, for his job, like, we need to relax, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes, bro, we need to get guys that are the finished article, man. Finish, you know what I mean? Please. That's all
Listen,
it is.
If I knew more, I think people would have a better opinion of him if I knew what type of player he was. Fully flushed. You know what I mean? He's 19. He's not a pivot player. I'll put it like that. Okay, he's not a pivot player.
No,
for me. He's better in a free or like what we do with Enzo when we play Lavia and an inverted Caicedo, like that. We push Enzo up to the left and something like that. But yeah, he's still got 2 years left on his contract, by the way. 2.5 years left. And it's not like a 1 year deal.
It's nowhere.
Like
So exactly.
It would still cost a pot, and I don't really think we need to spend a lot when you got Santos coming in. You could get a Douglas Luiz in. It's Douglas Luiz, isn't it? Yeah.
Was there even an asking price put out there for him?
No,
it would be so you got Premier League tax, English tax, 2 years left in his contract. So
and Starboy tax.
So I think you're looking at starting. Let me say this: starting point of probably 70 million.
Oh my god!
And at that point, he has to be started. By the way, at that point,
I'm not paying 70 million for him. The reason I don't want him is the biggest thing is the transfer fee. I don't want to spend that much on him.
That is a lot in a transfer fee.
He's not proven.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, 100%. And if he's asking for 200K, well,
he's not.
At Chelsea, he hasn't proven it. If his agent's trying to get him that salary, at United, it makes sense because of how. No, it makes sense because of how they've so shittily structured their wages. Mason Mount is earning upwards of 300 or something K, or upwards of that.
How much is the answer to that is to not make it worse.
Ahmed Diallo's on 120.
There you go. He should be asking for that money.
I just want to say, Marshall, just check your Twitter DMs. Yeah, check the Casually itself DM. You know, you sent me the Abraham first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I spammed you with that because you didn't think it would be overhyped.
Bro, no one. Listen, I got someone in my own comments. I want you at Tammy Abraham and Tomori back.
I told you, people are gonna start overhyping him because he scored a goal at the final, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, you see, Tammy's amazing. We missed out on that. Now he has more trophies than Mudryk." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
He had the crazy second season at Roma. Yeah, without the thingy. Listen, you know, the reality is, guys, at the end of the day, I don't think we're getting Kobe Mainoo. I don't think we're getting Kvaratskhelia. Now, what could happen? Only God knows. I'm not gonna say anything anymore.
4 minutes, holy shit, Ahmed.
You know what I mean? What?
4 minutes is a lot.
Listen, man, that's real hoops, man. That's real hoops, man. You know
You're ridiculous, bro.
No, but listen, Bridge Nation, man. I've got a few theories of what's gonna happen. I think tomorrow, by the way, genuinely, it's gonna be the 10th of Jan right now in the UK, obviously for us right now. I think there's gonna be some big movement. I think from a Chelsea perspective.
This is the part where Surfer makes fun of you.
No. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna tell you that I think watch the space for today, because like obviously the weekend's gonna be a lot of FA Cup, so don't expect any news really in the FA Cup period. Even Monday, Tuesday.
On your soundboard, what's that sound of Ahmed? Well, you know.
I have two of them. There's
I'm always losing. I'm just losing, man. Every time I win, I just lose.
No. What's the one where the voice is like, you know? So right, you know, that's going to be the sound Ahmed makes if he sees Barcola linked to Chelsea. Anytime when the transfer window.
Yeah. You know, no. I got one better for you, Staffy. This is how he's going to react. No, I'm not Staffy. Sorry, Surfer. This is how he's going to react when he hears the Barcola news. That's what's going to happen.
What is that noise?
What is
What is
that?
that from?
That is Staffy. That is
Is that
Staffy.
Staffy? Is that the game? Is that is that the Maguire miss? Is that the Maguire?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
That's gonna be Ahmed when
He went back to puberty. He went back to puberty.
You know, this time, man. You know, I
Big
think
up,
after
Staffy. We love you
after
for
what
that.
happened in the summer transfer window, I'm not even gonna say anything anymore. I'm just gonna report news. I'm not gonna say something's gonna happen or not.
Samu.
No, Samu
Nation.
no drama.
We lost
He's
elite
definitely
players.
signing. We're definitely signing Samu. Gallagher's staying. We're signing
Listen,
Samu.
we lost real ones because of me, so I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself now. And
You guys remember the crash that he had when he lost in California? You guys remember the crash?
just to make sure stuff happens now that I want to happen. So
That'd be good for your
maybe
YouTube career to keep your opinions to yourself. That really counts.
Oh my god!
In terms of Mainoo, though, I do agree with you guys.
It's
I don't
just
think it's gonna happen.
you starting every stream just going.
We're not gonna have anything to talk
2
about.
hours. 2 hours of that.
Oh my days. Well, ladies and gents, we're very close to wrapping up the show. Where we have a few more stories to go over. We've done good progress today in terms of getting through a lot of this because there's
Make
a
it
lot.
under first night of WrestleMania time. I like it. It's all
There
good.
you go. But if you haven't done so already, ladies and gents, smash those likes. It does help out the channel tremendously. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're enjoying the content, obviously subscribe as well. We do this twice a week, especially during the transfer window. We go over all the bits of news that we can find within the week or since the last time we did the show. Next news that we have is Nkunku. Nkunku, pretty much, it's looking more and more and more like he is set to leave. So we'll start it off with this first tweet here. Matt Law saying here, if and when Chelsea do go for a striker, I think it will be out and out competition for Nicholas Jackson rather than a bench warmer type backup. I'm not saying Haaland or something, but someone who can go into the first team and challenge Nico. So likely, maybe you guys agree with me, probably like a Osimhen or a Gyökeres, like a bigger signing, not something like Delap that I was predicting. We continue on. Breaking. It is thought that Nkunku is open to leaving Chelsea as soon as this month or in the summer, according to Matt Law. This is a French reporter right here saying, looking for a winger to strengthen their position during this winter transfer window. PSG wants to bring Christopher Nkunku back to the club. The idea would be on a loan with obligation, I think, to buy is what this is supposed to mean, OA. So this is coming from a journalist from Eurosport or Sky Sport from France, probably. We continue on. Sam C also saying here, Nkunku not entirely happy with his playing time at Chelsea currently and isn't closed to the idea of leaving this window if CSC allow it. As for Ben Jacobs, PSG could be one to watch. Kolo Muani could also then move on as well. On Christopher Nkunku, I'm confident he will go. It's just whether it's January or summer. If they get a good bid for him, they will accept it, according to Matt Law. Christopher Nkunku is not entirely happy with his playing time at Chelsea currently and isn't close to the idea of leaving this window. That's what we read before.
No,
For now, there's no way. That can't be the real... No, that can't be. Okay, no, it's not.
Marshall,
for now, there's nothing...
How did you think that was the real guy that's gonna
The check mark threw me off, bro. The check mark threw me off.
Killing me, bro.
For now, there is nothing happening between PSG and Christopher Nkunku, according to this source right here. Euro report? I don't know. L'Equipe journalists. L'Equipe journalists. And then we have here, in the offensive position, Chelsea could still do something this month, especially after what happened with Mudryk. Let's see what happens with Nkunku.
Oh, guys, look what he's saying. After what happened to Mudryk, that means, bro, B-Sample's known. They know this guy's finito, bro.
Even if the B-Sample comes back negative, he's still serving a ban. That's been given. We read that before. Let's also see what happens with Nkunku. We also don't know what kind of player Chelsea wants to sign, but they are considering options. PSG have declared their interest in £52 million Chelsea star Christopher Nkunku, according to Simon Jones. Nothing concrete or serious from PSG for Nkunku, but he could still leave somewhere else. There's information, especially if he goes to Chelsea and asks to leave. And that's it. I mean, he hasn't asked to leave as far as we're aware of, but it looks like maybe he has been said, and that's why these links are starting to get stronger and stronger. obviously, I've said this already before. I've kind of given up on Nkunku. I don't think it's going to work out at Chelsea. I think he's checked out. However,
We failed him.
you could say that. However, I also don't think the club are going to let him go. Just simply because I don't think we're going to rely on Mark Guehi to be the number 2 if Jackson were to get hurt. We can't rely on Mark Guehi
Listen, we
game
can't
after
rely on
game
Nkunku
after
as a 9.
game.
The man just saying Nkunku's not number 9. We can't rely on him as number 9. And then he's giving Guehi 5 minutes. Bro, we got to rely on someone, bro, eventually.
We need to recruit another striker if that's the case.
The striker's not going to happen, though. Like, let's be realistic, Marshall. I don't think
Like, if it has to be Colomwani on loan, that's fine. If Nkunku needs to go, it's just
Colomwani is not coming, bro. Colomwani is not coming, bro.
What did you say?
If Nkunku wants to leave, and if he goes to PSG, we can't go the rest of the season just relying on Guehi and Jackson. I think getting a loan for Colomwani is
Get out.
The
Get
best
out of your own. Get out of your own channel right now.
How?
Get out of your own channel right now. Get out.
Give me. Okay. 1 second.
Mawani. Kodo Marani. Yeah, get out.
That's what I was saying. It's ridiculous.
Stay
bro.
out. Stay banished.
Self-exile.
Kodo Mawani. I think that's the worst name we've been linked to this stream. You know, Kodo Mawani. Scrub.
Like,
Scrub.
realistically, with Nkunku,
TLC settings, man. No, we need TLC settings here, man. No scrubs.
Is
I mean,
RB
that's what we
Leipzig
need.
going to come back in for him? I don't think so. Maybe RB Leipzig comes back into him. But the reality is with Nkunku, until we started concrete
Give him to
options.
put him in a swap deal for Kvaratskhelia. Huh?
Interesting.
Interesting. Means we can use that money potentially with Kvaratskhelia to buy someone else.
Maybe a swap deal for yeah, I can't think of it. It's okay.
Okay, I'm back. Here's the thing. Okay. I don't rate Colomwani.
But you should get it.
But I have to ask this, right? There was a point in time before his move to PSG where people did rate him. Do you reckon there is
PSG paid for him? PSG paid 90 million for this guy.
What? I'm not saying a permanent transfer though. Like, why are we so opposed to the loan? Let me ask you guys.
I don't know. It's just a waste. It's just a waste. It's just a waste of. You want a loan. You want them to make. You bring in a loan. He's going to. No. What is the difference between him and Jackson in terms of missed chances and stuff?
It's not Jackson. I obviously still start Jackson.
In terms of, he'll miss the same amount of chances as Jackson, but he probably doesn't have the hold up.
And the same archetype too. Under the same archetype.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have the link up play or the hard work that probably Jackson has. And it's this guy struggles in the French league. You know what I mean? He struggles.
What do we do?
He's a scrub.
What do we do if Nkunku wants to leave and then we just end up selling him? Are we just gonna rely on? I mean,
get a goal scoring winger, Marshall.
No, you go and get a striker and you stop being such pussies about when you want to do it.
But the thing is, yeah, are they gonna spend the money that's needed, yeah, on a delap to get him happening now so you can get him up to speed? Realistically, guys, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, they won't.
Go and get Osimhen.
Let him go.
And Osimhen, I don't know, man. I'm sorry to tell you, I want him. We'll see, man. We'll see, but I don't think so.
No, but go get him or Gyökeres. Like, again, this all comes back to what we said earlier about Kvaratskhelia. Like, if these guys are serious, like, if the plan for next season is to challenge, which it should be considering how this season has gone and just in general, right?
Yes.
Like, all we heard was, all we heard as well, by the way, in terms of these guys was after 4 windows is where they expect the team to be, or they expect to be up there challenging after 4 windows, whatever it was. We're about to be, this is, I think, the last window or the 5th window. This January window, so by the summer that will either be 5th or 6th window. So we are 1 or 2 windows over what they said. So like, if we want to challenge, the lap ain't good enough to challenge. Jackson right now is not good enough to challenge.
It's a development transfer.
Yeah, like,
I think it'd be good.
Osimhen or Gyökeres has to be what these guys go for. They're not serious.
Has to be, or don't even talk about challenging for titles to me.
Exactly, and it's the same with centre back. We can't talk about challenging for titles with Guehi as our centre back target, and that's not even me like trying to say he's shit. He's just not good enough to win a league title.
I just think that we have to. You can't. I think the two most important positions on the pitch are goalkeeper and striker. Other areas of the pitch, you can get away with what is not perceived as world class or all that nonsense and stuff like that. If Nkunku leaves, you need Osimhen or Gyökeres. That's the only ones. That's the only acceptable. Those are the only acceptable transfers in. And if you don't get them and you sell Nkunku, then you're really damaging your top four potential. Not I'm saying he's ripping up trees. I'm just saying he's not bringing anyone in to replace him. Mark Guehi should not be your number 2 option. Okay? No, should not be a number 2 option. Not at all.
You should have been.
Nkunku, do you know what? Even if Nkunku doesn't leave, you should still bring in one of those guys.
Exactly.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? That would be the baller move right there. Nkunku's not leaving this January, and you're still bringing one of those motherfuckers in.
Yeah.
Even if Nkunku leaves in the summer, you're still bringing Osimhen in.
I keep saying it on every
Show
stream
some
I'm on.
cojones, man.
Facts, and I keep saying it on every stream I'm on, and I'll continue to say it until I rectify it. Why am I having the same goddamn conversation I had 12 months ago? The only difference is that Hugh hasn't been given the same chances that Broja was. And even by this time last season, Broja wasn't given the chances. We only found out he wasn't good enough when Jackson went to AFCON. We're lucky we don't have an AFCON this season that Jackson has to go to be put in a position where he or Nkunku has to be our starting number 9 for a good month and a half at least. Like, it's nonsense. How are we having the same fucking striker conversation for 3 windows in a row?
Bro, it's not even that. Let's face it. We've been having a striker conversation since 2017.
Yeah, it's been.
No, I agree, but like,
whoever's
we're talking about
transcends ownership now at this point.
No, but like at least that way you can say, okay, we've had a difference in owner. Maybe they've got different priorities. But like we've been talking about striker with this club, and they've been wanting a striker for 3 windows.
Yeah, I keep going back to it. You don't go 3 days. You don't go You don't go 40 hours within a transfer window to try and sign Osimhen. You know what I mean? You do it early in the window.
Yep.
And if he doesn't sign him, then you go sign someone else. That was the whole point. That's where you do go back on the owners and the directors for going, that's the part, the 2 key areas of the pitch that you've let yourself down in time and time again is the goalkeeper and the strikers. Time and time again since you've owned the place. You know.
Yep.
By not replacing any projects again, the 2 positions on the pitch you cannot have an overall project or uneasy feeling about is striker and goalkeeper, and that's what we have.
Like you can afford to have one, but it's like you just said, we've already got one as our number 1, and it's like he's a project in a sense of like we don't know whether he's going to be a good striker or a great striker. With the Lapis, we don't know what he is. Full stop. Like you can't have 2 project strikers. That's nuts. And it's like I said it before with these sporting directors, and it's maybe these owners I don't really know. They're probably the ones that are giving the ultimate like guide. But like when it comes to like the 19 to 21-year-old bracket, these guys have an uncanny ability to find talent. When it comes to outside of that age bracket, these guys suck. When it comes to signing guys that are like, obviously we're not doing it that much, but when we look for guys 21, 24 and above, these guys can't sign anyone.
Well, yeah,
anyone worth anything.
Yeah, Tosin's not been good enough. Disasi's not been good enough.
Sanchez, KDH.
Yeah, Sanchez. It's very suspect. That's for sure. But I mean, in terms of like getting the project strikers, listen, if that's what they want to do, then they should have gotten it done by now. And there's so many question marks in that position. Like, okay, what was the point of getting David Washington? He's a striker. You've done nothing with the player. He's not had any chances in the first team or even in the Carabao Cup or anything like that. No chances whatsoever, even in Conference League. You get Guehi, which is the first one that you can see like, okay, this is going to be a player that could potentially stay here, or he's going to get flipped for profit. I don't know, because of how much he costs. It seems like it's a flip for profit. We were supposed to get Osimhen done. That didn't get done. For a while too, we were linked with other prospects like a Yusuf Mokoko and so on and so forth. Like, it's just we haven't pulled the trigger, and I just don't understand. Like, if you want to get these and Samu, why didn't Samu happen? You know, if you wanted him so badly.
Yeah, you know who's not doing. I tell you, it's not. You don't. You know, he's not enjoying his time in Saudi Arabia, and that's Ivan Toney. He's not enjoying himself in Saudi Arabia.
Not?
Nope, he's not enjoying himself at all. No, he's finding it very hard.
Saudi Arabia, there are some guys in there. Like, if we want a different profile of striker, I've never been his biggest fan, but that's just because of when we were linked with him, we didn't need his type of striker. Bro, go and get Mitrovic.
I was about to say that. That's the name that just came across my mind.
He was top goal scorer. Over Ronaldo, over everyone. He was top goal scorer and part of a title-winning team.
And you're going to cross the ball.
Knows the area. Like,
yeah. It's just.
But I was just thinking, just before we move on, like, as of tomorrow, we are 2 weeks away from facing Manchester City, and I'm shitting myself for that game.
Yes, because
I'm shitting myself right now for Bournemouth, man.
They're picking up form. They're about to make new signings. 2 weeks away, as of tomorrow.
Bro, we need. Listen, yeah, I know we talk about centre back signings, bro. Right now, man, attack wise, bro, I think we need one more signing, bro. Right now,
Ahmed, we need 4. Like, in terms of what we actually need, we need like 5 signings this window. In terms of what we can actually do, we could do 3 signings this window that we actually need: striker, centre back, and midfielder.
Exactly.
Well, the midfielder, when I say signing, that's just because they're not bringing the loanees back.
Of course.
Like, we need to add in 3 positions. It should be the loanees, but if we're not
Maresca's conversation should only be with the only conversation you have internally is with the ownership about who we're getting in right now. Right now, you want top 4. If you don't get in, I can't guarantee top 4. If that costs me my job, it costs me my job. But I can't guarantee top 4.
Yeah, and I had this conversation with Ziad on his channel. Actually, I think was it after you left? I think it might have been after you left the other day, where it was like he mentioned about like if Maresca doesn't get 4th, he should be sacked. I said it depends. Like, if we don't get 4th because Maresca and stuff he's doing on the pitch, then yeah, he probably does deserve to get sacked. If we don't get top 4 because, you know, Jackson gets an injury and we're left playing Nkunku or Kiyu for the rest of the season or for large portions of the season, that's why we don't get top 4. That's not Maresca's fault. That's the sporting director's fault again.
No, yeah. And that's where we'll
and it's the same as centre back. If we don't make a centre back sign in this window, and it's the likes of Tosin and Disasi that cost us, that's not on Maresca.
Yeah,
I get it.
I agree.
I agree as well. There's context to that. It's not just a black and white, which I was saying. I think I said it on Javon's channel. These scenarios are not black and white. There's a lot of context to everything, and even including the player selections and the performances and everything. It's not as simple as people would like to make it seem.
It's right there. I don't know. It's right. It's right. It needs to be proactive. Right there and then. We had that even after the summer transfer window. It should have been very obvious right there. We were limited in midfield. Now we've known Lavi's not been fit since the Tottenham game. You know, Douglas. So as soon as mentioned Douglas Luiz was available for loan, bam! I'm on the phone to Juventus. We'll take him, but we're not doing an obligation to buy. Only option. Okay, fine, no problem. Bam, thank you, man. So, do you know what? Nkunku might be leaving, but do you know what? Jackson's struggling for goals, and I've only got Mark Guehi as the number 2. Osimhen, what are you doing? Bam, thank you, man. Right in there, centre back. Oh, I don't know my centre back options, whether it's Guehi or not. Whoever it is, Guehi, down, bam, thank you, man. Done. I call Ugo back from his line. That should be done on the 1st. I mean, we're sitting now on the 10th of January. 10th of January, we don't even know if we're going to recall him yet.
Yep.
And even at striker, even if we're not going to go for one in terms of a permanent one this window, because I can understand why we wouldn't if we want to get Osimhen or Gyökeres and we want to wait until their release clauses go active, I think, as of the summer. Cool. Go and get a loan one. And I'm not talking Colomwani. Go and actively go and get like a loan striker that's going to... Like, we spoke about the other day, like, he's not amazing. I don't even think he's great. But he's better than Hiyu and Nkunku. Awoniyi's right there. He's a proven goal scorer in this league. He's a different profile. Like, he's got the head of the ability. He's not amazing. Like, he's decent. He's better than what we've got. Evan Ferguson as well. Again, it's not amazing. The injury-prone thing is an issue. It's a different profile. He knows the league. Like the options are there. So I don't understand why these guys are so averse to go and getting these short-term loan options. But they did it with Sancho, and it's worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So, I don't want to be sitting here still talking that up the show with the streams we do before the transfer window closes, still going. We still need this and we still need that. Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? I don't want to do that. We're 10 days in now, so essentially we're a third of the month gone. A third of the month.
We dilly dally way too much. We dilly dally way too much. So I mean,
we don't even know if we're dilly dallying. We don't even know if we're even in talks. We're not dilly dallying. Dilly dallying would be we're in talks with them and we're struggling with we don't even know.
Yeah. Final topic of today's stream, ladies and gents, and big up to everyone who's joined us today. Big up to all the raids that we got from Staffy and all that. If you haven't done so already, smash the like. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. The final topic is Gittens and Williams links. I don't know much about Gittens, to be fair. I'll be completely transparent on that. Maybe Scott or Surfer can tell me about him. But I do know a little bit about Iñaki Williams. So let's go ahead. Not Iñaki, Nico Williams. So let's go ahead with Fabrizio Romano's.
His brother is better.
Yeah. He's also a striker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's more of a goal
Speaking
scorer.
of.
He's more of a goal scorer.
Yeah. So Fabrizio Romano here reporting that several times scouts from Chelsea and Liverpool have been in attendance to follow Jamie Gittens' progress at Borussia Dortmund. Ben Jacobs also saying here, Jamie Gittens, who has been described as England's next superstar, and Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams are both still being tracked by Chelsea. Now, I put in this source because this was actually linked a while ago, and I wasn't sure what to think of this source here. Patrick Berger, who is a Sky reporter from Germany, had reported some time ago, November 30th, so a month ago, that Chelsea, along with other PL clubs, are monitoring the situation surrounding 20-year-old Borussia Dortmund winger Jamie Gittens. Now, he was onto something, and I brought him up because there's other links that he's also said here. Sky Sports Germany understands Chelsea are interested in Kobel and Adeyemi from Borussia Dortmund. Adeyemi is now being advised by Ali Barat, who has great contacts with Chelsea. So, food for thought, maybe something there. We continue on. He also has this link too, which I don't know anything about this. This is maybe take a pinch of salt, but again, same source that initially broke out that we were interested in Gittens or monitoring Gittens. Chelsea FC is interested in PAOK Saloniki's top talent, Stefano Simas, 18-year-old Greek striker. Premier League club is monitoring the situation of the Greek striker very closely. Simas is playing on loan for FC Nuremberg and is one of the most interesting young players in Germany's two Bundesliga. So Bundesliga 2, 7 goals, 2 assists in 13 appearances. Nuremberg wants to trigger the 18 million euro buy option. Simas is on the short list of Aston Villa and Newcastle as well, according to Plenty Goal. Now, let's go on Nico Williams as well. Chelsea continue to support Mikhailo Mudryk, but a lengthy suspension may force them to consider a new left-sided wide player in 2025. Dortmund's Jamie Gittens and Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams are both still being tracked. And then Nico Williams has a host of suitors. Arsenal and Chelsea are high among them, according to David Ornstein. So the interest seems very legitimate.
Arsenal can have this guy. Honestly, he is. We've already got creative wingers. We don't need another one.
That's the creativity. Okay.
Don't look at his numbers because they won't impress you whatsoever. Yeah, and also I think his overall play is okay. It's goodish. You know what I mean? But it's nothing that would make me go outstanding. You know what I mean? I mean, I think Barcelona had a lucky escape this guy, and they signed the better player in Dani Olmo this summer. So, and Rafinha's also playing out of skin. He's better than Nico Williams.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I think this guy's had he played well in the Euros. No doubt he played well in the Euros.
He had a very good Euros performance.
Nah, not for me. Not for me.
Mhm.
I'd stay well clear of this guy. He's not like a Kvaratskhelia. You know what I mean? Totally different.
Mm-hmm. Scott, do you have a differing opinion on? Well, do you guys know anything about this Gittens player? Because I don't watch Bundesliga. I wouldn't.
Good. He was in and out of the team last year. Especially like once Sancho came back. And this year has been his real breakout year in terms of like consistently playing, goal scoring, being creative, like being a difference maker on the pitch. But I don't know if he's ready. To like.
Jez put in the chat earlier that he's not the player at the moment to get you over the line. He needs like another season. And he's probably right. Not the guy you come in and hang on a minute. We've already got next summer called Esteval, who's supposed to be that type of, not yet ready, but very good. So, again, this is one of the things we talked about earlier when you sign someone like a Casadei, right? Don't sign someone. I know you want to flip them and stuff like that, but we need to. Anyway,
so that other source. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about the other guy that came up as well. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that striker.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that one's like really out of left field. So I genuinely don't know how much.
Is it?
I mean, it's it's.
Is it?
What's the word I'm looking for? It's
off the fucking course is what it is.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
We already got David Washington. We can't sell yet. We got Mark Guehi. We don't need. We don't.
Apparently, this guy's saying we're interested in Kobo and Adeyemi. I don't know if Adeyemi I would go for, but Kobo.
I think Adeyemi's really gone off the boil, in my opinion.
Yeah. I
he's really gone since that Champions League final. He's really.
I don't know how well Adeyemi would translate to this league because like especially against low blocks. I really don't know.
Kobo's an interesting choice.
Kobo would be good.
That is interesting. He's 27. Does that fit the profile?
Yeah, Kobo's very interesting.
Yeah,
I know he's very rated, but it's like I don't want him and the stories of we try. That would be this transfer.
Oh yeah, Jez, I forgot you're a Dortmund fan.
That kid's transfer would be the result of weeks of us. We tried to get Osimhen and it didn't work out again. Do you know what I mean? Be like that. Like give us
and again, like it's not even just that. The club he's at is willing to pay 18. That the release clause or the thing is 18 million.
That's David Washington's transfer, by the way. That was what we paid for David Washington.
Yeah, Adeyemi's Timo 2.0. Yeah,
is it 12?
I mean, in the Williams link, I don't think.
Did you bring up the Jets comment about please take Adeyemi, easily reliable? You can tell
easily replaceable. That's what he meant to say.
Yeah, he meant replaceable. Yeah,
he meant replaceable, easily replaceable.
Hey, to be fair, either worked. Easily reliable as well. Like that tells you everything you need to know.
But I mean, in terms of Nico Williams, I agree with Surfer. I don't think we need another creative outlet. On top of it, too, the salary I think has always been the sticking point. I don't think that's ever going to change.
Oh yeah, I think he's on like £200 a week.
Yeah, he's on really high salary. For him to come to Chelsea,
I think Neto and Sancho are better than him.
Maybe. I mean, probably. You're probably right. I don't know.
I definitely Sancho's better than him. And I think Neto can do exactly what Williams does. Maybe great, but it's not going to get the GA or the G.
I agree in terms of like I really like him as a player, but profile wise, it's another creative winger. It doesn't
need it. Yeah, we don't need creative wingers anymore. No, we have enough. If anything, we need a goal scoring one, and maybe Gittens fits that mold. Maybe.
We've got Esteval coming in the summer.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I mean?
So it's like we can't be too rash. But the thing is, like, it's
no. But the thing is, even with
the Mudryk thing is what puts a spanner into the works. The whole Mudryk situation was put a huge spanner into the works.
I don't think the Mudryk thing put any spanner into the works. I think the Esteval thing puts a spanner into the works.
Yeah, Esteval's put that in, yeah.
Because the Esteval thing is like
in terms of this season, though, Scott.
No, 100%. But like, even if you get a winger in this season, say we get a winger in January, like say we do get Kvaratskhelia, the whole Esteban thing still becomes an issue, not because of him as a player, but because of like, you can't. Neto hasn't performed at a level where he's a guaranteed starter week in, week out. He just hasn't. I think him and Madueke have been quite similar across the whole of the season. I think Madueke has been a bit worse, but I think he's done enough to where he can be a actual like contribute to this team. We don't know what Esteban is in this league. He come off a season where he scored 13 and got 9 assists. Let's be generous and say he gets half of that in the league for us, which I think is being generous. That's what. Let's round it up and say 7 goals and 5 assists.
But that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
That'd be amazing if he gets that.
That'd be amazing. That'd be an amazing.
But it's like, I'm not expecting him to get that. I'm more expecting him to get like 5. I'm kind of expecting him to get what Madueke's got, like 5 goals or 2 or 3 assists.
Bro,
that's if he gets regular minutes, by the way, which I don't know if he will.
Exactly. I don't want it.
That's up in the air. Yeah.
Unless he is like, because look what, because everyone's Sabi. Okay, the last couple of games he started doing well, but I think he suffered from having played a lot in the new league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Overplaying.
And it took him half the season to get to that. And it's like, my thing, and that was him playing consistently as well. My thing with Esteban is, and I said this from the start, he should be loaned out. But obviously, you have to find a right loan, and that presents another issue with this football club. Do you know what? No, actually, it doesn't. Send him on loan to Strasbourg, innit? Send him Empires to Strasbourg.
I don't see. I think differently where he could go. You could keep him, but you ration his minutes. Do you know what I mean? So
maybe
here and there, because including with Pius, you've got 2 young guys coming over. Like I keep saying, it's not just moving to different countries, moving to different continents, different time zones. Do you know what I mean? Bringing a family over, different weather, stuff like that. This is what I wanted us to be, sort of have more options on the wide, because then we're not having to go, Esteban has to play. Do you know what I mean? He has to play. Esteban has to play, stuff like that. Introduce him, and even if he does well, doesn't mean he starts the next game he does well. He does well in. You ration his minutes. You play him in League Cup. You know what I mean? You play him against weaker opposition. Hopefully, we're in the Champions League. If we get like whatever the weak opposition is, do you know what I mean? Stuff like maybe play him in a half against them. Do you know what I mean? It's just rationing like that. You what, like Dortmund?
Of course.
To be fair, he's not wrong. The problem is like, like a good loan. Like if he goes to Dortmund, that would be sick. But it's like they'll probably send him to Strasbourg, or they'll probably send him to like Nottingham Forest or something where they don't play him, and it's like a waste of time for 6 months.
No, they'd have to get if the thing comes where they did loan into a Premier League team or any team, they'd have to get into the contract that he plays a certain number of minutes.
No, but like they tried doing that with the whole Santos thing, I think it was, and they would get fined. Or no, was it? No, it was Broja with Fulham. It was like if he didn't play a minimum of these amount of games, they get fined, and they just didn't play him. And took the payment
No, it's like no. That's why I think they're gonna. That's why I think they're gonna keep him. But they're gonna keep Esteban. And Pius is already going to go to Strasbourg, as reported. So.
No, I think so. Definitely something to keep an eye on in terms of that left winger positioning, because, like I said, I think when you think about it, and I did have this discussion with Robert over on the Final Whistle podcast, and Donna said this as well. There's a good point that's being brought up in terms of Maresca seems to miss Mudryk in the sense that he did actually kind of rely on him. If you look at the last game,
no, he didn't.
As a substitute, rely on him, like off the bench.
That's not true. No,
well,
not true.
Think about it. Last game, he substituted Madueke and put him on the left, which never happens. You might as well have 10 men on that point. He needs the extra left winger. Because if you remember, Sancho was always a starting, but Mudryk was always the backup. I'm not saying bringing the backup. I think bringing someone who can compete in that left wing spot, but we definitely need an extra body in that left wing. So I agree. I would do Kvaratskhelia in a heartbeat. But Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. But ladies and gents, that's the end of the show. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate it. The panel sticking around as well. 3 hours, 16 minutes, 17 minutes to be honest. A nice little Casually Chelsea plus.
The event.
Yes. If you guys haven't done so, be sure to check out the links below for everyone's content. The Discord is also in there, big part of the community there. So join in on Discord if you haven't done so already. We have a very active Discord. We do watch-alongs on there, react suggestions. You can put the receipts in there too. Any clips you found on this stream that you found funny, all that stuff in there. Be sure to like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And also be sure to check out the memberships because we have 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And at the proper casual tier and higher, we give out shout outs at the end of every show that we do, and that's going to be going out to TM127, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Dark, Adrian, A. Soliman. Big up to you guys for your membership, and big up to everyone else who's also been a member. So we're going to redirect to Lee Gunner because I'm sure that's an entertaining stream to tune in. Just the another emergency stream, I believe, right? Well, he's got the emergency lights, so yeah, so it must be an emergency stream. But yeah, big up Lee Gunner. Go check out that channel there. Smash a like on his channel as well. Let him know where you're coming from, and we'll see you again. I might be back tomorrow. I don't know yet. I haven't confirmed things yet, but we'll definitely be back Saturday to react to the game.
A Chelsea Morecambe preview. Is that what we're doing?
We have a Morecambe representative.
For Morecambe Fan TV.
Morecambe Fan TV. But yeah, definitely check out the channel on Saturday. We'll be doing reaction to Morecambe, and then maybe tomorrow, I don't know. And then Sunday we'll be back for more Casually Chelsea show. More news, obviously, and maybe some big updates in terms of transfer window. Big up to everyone. Have a wonderful night. As always, stay casual. Peace.